Keith is in the middle of the field. Toss of the coin. Let's see what we got.
All right, gentlemen, congratulations on being selected captains for tonight's game. That means you are the leaders of your teams today, so we expect you guys to set an example for your teammates and show good sportsmanship at all times, okay? All right, Bob Jones, you're the visiting team, so you'll call the toss. I've got a coin with the heads and the AHSA logo on one side and tails and the Super 7 logo on the other side. So you'll call the toss loud enough for everybody to hear you. What do you call?
Heads.
He called heads. If I drop it, we'll flip it again. And it's tails. Albertville, you've won the toss.
We want to defer.
We want to defer.
All right, Keith, so the Aggies will be, they won the toss deferring. Let me put you on the spot right off the bat here, Keith Ball. Little known information here that you're in charge, you're the fashion coordinator tonight. Uniforms, give us a uniform check. What two teams are we looking at tonight on Aggies? Bob Jones.
I'd say Albertville looks like Texas Tech. Maybe they're home Reds. Bob Jones, maybe the Penn State a little bit. Maybe their away jerseys. Let's see.
John, what do you think here? You think Keith's on this one? Aggies have on the red jerseys, white pants, and the black helmets. I agree. Texas Tech, maybe old Atlanta Falcons, maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with there. I'm going to go Team USA, away jersey Team USA, because it's actually red, white, and trimmed in. It was white and blue, trimmed out in red for Bob Jones for their away uniforms.
Chris, let me turn to you. To go back to last year, we were at Bob Jones. First snap of the
Liberty.
There
you go. I'm sorry.
First snap of the game, Raymond Hardy took it like 70, 80 yards. What do you think? First play of the game, pass or run for Bob Jones?
Oh, it's going to be a run.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a run.
You know, I'd go back to the same game plan I had last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he was unstoppable last year. Probably one of the best running quarterbacks. I've had the honor of calling his name, and we'll be able to watch him next year play some college ball. Like John said, he's got a couple of offers already in. I'm sure he's going to probably have more. I think after last week's game, Gio Lopez, his stock went up even more because in one half of football, he just blew it up last week.
Yeah, Gio Lopez, when he started the game last week, guys, number 3 ranked passer in Class 7A. The rankings came out yesterday, Barry. Guess where Gio Lopez ranked? He's now the number 1 ranked passer in Class 7A with over, I think he had 1,999 yards. He's 1 yard away from a 2,000-yard season.
Wow. And we're almost set to go. Glad to have you with us. Last home game of the year. Next week, we're on the road. Gunners are Wildcats. And I think if you look on paper, I think you may have one of our more competitive games. You may be saying, well, Gunnersville's only lost a couple of games. That is absolutely true. They also have had injuries hit them like we have. They lost their starting quarterback a few weeks ago. So I think this is a big game. I know you've only got 2 games left for the Aggies. I don't think they're just going to go out there and walk through it tonight, Chris. I think they would love to go out on a high note tonight. And who knows, maybe pull off upset tonight and a big win next week.
Yeah, that's the thing about this team this year, guys, is they never quit. They never quit.
Yeah.
Every week they come to play. Every week they never quit.
All right, set to go. Kicking off Mateo will be kicking off for the Aggies. Glad to have you joining us. Coming up after the game, the high school football scoreboard will be passing along scores throughout the night. Hey, quickly want to congratulate Jace Golden of Albertville. He is this week's Aggie Papa Doobie Student Athlete of the Week.
And guys, remember that Papa Doobie says, make sure you stay in school. Don't you be no po' boy.
Congratulations, Jace. He'll pick up a nice gift card to Papa Doobie's. And we're underway. The kick, short kick, 25 to the 30. Good job with the special teams. They'll wrap him up around the 32-33 yard line. Nicely done. Evan Jordan down on the coverage. Also Aiden Carr. And Bob Jones will start. The Patriots will begin on the roughly 34-yard line, 1st and 10.
Great job here by the special teams guys. Came down, broke down at about the 35-yard line, just kind of encircled the kickoff returner. Nowhere for him to go, and came up with a good solid tackle at the 34.
Here comes Bob Jones, led by Ray Hardy. Number 4, going to be hearing a lot about. He's easy to pick out on the field, but the fact that he's wearing bright yellow shoes. Only player for Bob Jones with the yellow shoes and ready to go. They call him Yellow Shoes Hardy, ready to go out of the gun. The snap rolls right side. It's going to be a running play like he did last year, 35 to the 40 to the 45, midfield almost. They're going to throw him out of bounds. And there's a fight breaking out right off the bat, 2 flags. There was a fight broke out on the sideline on the Bob Jones bench. between one of the Aggies and one of the Bob Jones players.
And you know right now that emotions are going to be very, very high. Bob Jones emotionally high, knowing that if they win this game, they're going to get into the playoffs. Albertville, going back to what Chris said earlier, not having the season that they wanted to be able to have, their emotions are running high. Senior night, they want to come out of this last game here at McCord Field as winners. But right now, guys, we've got to keep our heads about us because we don't need to give Rayshon Hardy and Bob Jones a free 15 yards, especially after he just gained 14 on the first play.
Keith, 3 penalties on that play?
Like 2 against them, 1 against us. So
Yeah, there's a holding and 2 personal fouls there.
I wasn't very good at math, but it may work out in our favor.
Yeah, they had a holding call. Then they had a personal foul. Then we got a personal foul. It was one of the Aggie players who was helping out on the tackle, Havis, as they were going out of bounds. I don't know which player it was. Some who was blocking him got into a little pushing and shoving match. That's probably the last place you want to get into a shoving match if you're on Aggies is on the other team's bench. So they're going to mark it off, the penalty, since we both had personal fouls. Just drop those and just mark off the holding call. So it's going to be 1st down and 7. So they had the first down, but now they'll back it up. 1st and 7 for Bob Jones on the 38-yard line. Hardy out of the gun. Nobody in the backfield. Throws quick pass right side. Got him complete. 45, 46-yard line. They're going to knock him out of bounds. It looks like a 1st down. No flags down. It'll be a 1st down. Isaac Henderson's over there making the tackle. Havis over there making the tackle. 1st down, Bob Jones.
Yeah, just a quick, it's about as simple as you get football. Just come up, snap it out there to KJ Fields, one of the wide receivers we talked about going to college. He gets north and south, needed about 6, gained about 8.
Taking no time at all. Hardy turns, fakes the handoff. Quarterback keeper right side to the midfield stripe, 49, 48, 47. They'll finally throw him out of bounds. One of the Aggies thrown out of bounds also. Well, there's a lot of pushing and shoving right off the bat. You think these 2 teams are next-door neighbors. We've had almost 2 fights break out in the first 3 plays.
Looks like that Bob Jones and Albertville decided to play a little hockey within the middle of their football game. A lot of pushing and shoving here early in this game, guys.
Saw Ramirez check out for the Aggies. He didn't dress last week with an ankle injury. He gave it a shot, 1 play, and he's already checked out for Albertville. 2nd down and 3. Hardy turns, hands off up the middle to the 45, stiff arm 40 to the 37. Plunkett will push him out of bounds. They're going to throw a flag on the Aggies. He gave him an extra shove after he was out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to get. Underneath handoff to Tyrann Washington, running off that right side. Got a great kick-out block, was able to come underneath that block, got north and south. Plunkett able to come up, wrapped up in bounds, but when they were well out into kind of over in the white area of the sideline over close to the Bob Jones bench, unfortunately, once again, emotions running high. One of the Aggies shoves him a little bit further over into the chain link fence, Barry, and that's a free 15 yards.
I think that's more of a statement penalty, Chris. I think it wasn't that much of a shove or a push, but I think just the fact that he was out of bounds, they're going to say, hey, guys, we got to stop this right now. We're getting too handsy, too much pushing and shoving and slapping going on.
Yeah, I think they actually called unsportsmanlike conduct on Albertville that time.
Yeah, I think it was extra. What do you think, Keith?
Did we get another late one after that?
I think we did. I think we've got 2 unsportsmanlike conduct.
I think it was the shove, and also somebody, I think, said something. So, yeah, 2 of them.
Yeah, it was late.
Wow.
It was after everybody kind of walked back. I think the official walked by one of our players, and I guess he heard something he didn't like because he threw another one.
So the ball is on the 9-yard line, 11:21 to go, first quarter. We spent more time walking off penalties than we've had offensive plays.
Yeah.
Wow, guys, in a game where you know that you're going to have to play about a perfect game of football, you cannot let your emotions override your physical abilities right now.
We just gave them 30 yards, and they're on their 9-yard line now. Hardy at the snap, hands off, bounces off, touch to the middle, 6'5", 4 to the 3. Henderson's there helping out. Can't see who the other Aggies are. I think Hollis. They're going to shop around the 3-4-yard line. That was Tyrann Washington on the carry. A gain all the way. It's going to be 2nd down at about 2.
Coach, nothing fancy about that. Underneath handoff, north and south, and just mano-a-mano, my big boys against yours.
So out of the gun, you got Hardy, the quarterback, Washington, the tailback, hands it to Washington, bounces, got him in the backfield. He breaks one tackle, but not the next. Aggies have got him. Great job, I think, was that Tyler Hantley who broke through first, slowed him down, then 2 Aggies wrapped him up for no gain.
Yeah, once again, it looked like there was a little confusion between Washington and Hardy because one thought the other one was going to pull it, the other one took it away, and in that kind of that moment of indecision. The Albertville defense able to rally, led by Hatley. You said it, Barry, on the far side, and able to knock Washington down. And here is a crucial third down inside the 5.
They're down and about 2. They can get a first down. Hardy out of the gun. I'd look for a quarterback keeper, and there it is. Up the middle to the 3, to the 2, trying to power his way, and he does not get in. Let's see where the spot's going to be. They're going to throw him back. They're going to give him forward progress. Wait a minute. They're changing the forward progress spot, or are they?
Looks like they're going to spot him at the 1 yard line, Coach.
Gosh,
No.
he actually made a move to run backwards. I thought the guy on this side had it correctly, and then he's being overridden by the official on the other side.
So let's see, is it going to be, it's right at the first down marker. They're showing fourth down and about half a yard, but it should have been fourth down at about the 5 yard line, Chris, because the play continued, but they're going to go for it. Fourth and a half a yard at about the 1.5 yard line. Hardy out of the gun. The snap to Hardy. Hands off in the backfield. Hit. He will dive forward, and he will dive into the end zone. Nope, he did not get in.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did get in. He was hit in the backfield, but he broke that tackle. And the big guy, the big tailback, powers his way in. Touchdown for Bob Jones.
Yeah, just underneath handoff to Washington. You said it, the big bowling ball running back junior. He's going to be able to play football on Saturdays, and he's able to literally break out of the initial arm tackle, turn his body sideways, kind of slide between defenders, and get just enough space to get that ball into the end zone.
You know, you take away the penalties, not a bad job of the Aggie defense. Here's the kick, up, and it's good. We'll take a timeout. 9:23 to go in the first. Bob Jones on top, 7-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5. Putting ball forward scoring summary.
Yeah, Bob Jones able to take the initial kickoff at their own 34-yard line. 8 plays later, encompassing 66 yards. Washington goes in from 1 yard out. Extra point up and good. Bob Jones strikes first blood, and they're trying to make their way to the playoffs. Bob Jones leads this one 7-0.
Gilbert and ball forward in Albertville. Go see the difference where forwards really do cost less. And we'll get an injury update in a moment. It looked like Isaac Henderson came off holding his shoulder. Not sure what happened. I couldn't see what happened, Keith, but we'll get maybe an update in a few minutes. Here's a kick, high kick, short kick. Plunkett calls a fair catch. Yeah, then I think he forgot he called a fair catch. Keith, what you could see, it looked like he was coming up, maybe holding his left shoulder.
Yeah, it looks like he's holding his left shoulder, and it doesn't look like a lower arm injury. It does look like a shoulder, maybe, just guessing. Don't know yet. Hopefully, maybe it's just a stinger. Maybe we can get some, get a little feeling back in it, and we can get him back out there. Isaac's the heart and soul of that defense, and you can't replace him.
No, it's big senior night here for Isaac. He's going to be definitely one you're going to hate to miss, hate to lose after this season. For what a year he's had. And here come the Aggies, and like we were saying earlier, they're going to give Jaden Heflin a chance. He's played JV all year, transferred in from Crossville. They played a couple of plays in the first couple of games and came in last week and threw a touchdown pass. So Heflin will get the start. You've got Gant beside him. And Bob Jones, four-man front. Quick pitch to Gant. Gant stops, cuts, got a hole. 20, 25, 26. Nice run by Gant. Gant had a great game last week. He was their Aggie player of the game. And first play from scrimmage picks up about 6-7 yards.
Yeah, and how do you get a new quarterback kind of comfortable early in the ball game? You've got to help him out with a little bit with the run game. Right there, Gann able to get behind Jace Golden and Gage Cornelius along this right side, able to cut back across the grain. Great blocks, and Barry able to pick up 7 yards.
Gain of 7, second down and 3. Aggie's first possession of the game, down 7-zip. Heflin out of the gun. Colvin in motion. Low snap. Little pitch to Colvin to the 30-yard line, 31, 32, back to the line of scrimmage. It was a low snap. How tough is that, Chris, coming in your first start on for the Aggies? Heflin, and a low snap against a very good Bob Jones defense.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a, I guess I call it Utah pass. I don't know what you guys call it, but it's a little gain 1 yard. That was a good start.
So still third down and roughly 2 yards. Man in motion again. Gant in the backfield beside Heflin. Third down and 2. Long snap count. We're going to look back to the side, maybe changing a play. Got 3 men wide right side. You've got Colvin, Lowry, and Smith. Play clock down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. Now the snap. Heflin turns, quick drop, looks, throws. Got his man complete. First down. A little high, but a great grab by Connor Lowry. Went up and made the catch. First down, Albertville.
Yeah, you could tell when they brought the 3 receivers here along the near side. Bob Jones walked up 2 receivers, but they had a safety sitting on top of Connor Lowry, playing him way off. Connor Lowry just runs a sticks route. He only got to get 3 yards. Connor runs basically a hitch, 5-yard hitch, turnaround, ball's already in the air. Great throw. Great play calling by Coach English early, able to move the chains, Barry. This is what you got to do. Bob Jones is going to give you little stuff. Just take it.
We talked about it. A little short pass. All you did, Chris.
That's right.
He was wide open, first down. The ball on the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Heflin, Gant beside him. Heflin drops back, has time. Got his man. Ooh, just a tad behind Havis. Should have been caught, though. Do it behind him. Boy, John, he had some running room down that left sideline.
Yeah, just brought Havis. They kind of had a bunch formation at the end of the line, and 2 of them went deep. Havis rounds an out route, and when he does, Jaden Heflin's got to put that ball out in front of him. There's a lot of green grass for Havis if he's able to get it. I know that it touched his hands, Barry, but, and it could be nerves. A little bit of nerves, a little bit games moving probably a lot faster than he's seen in JVs. But Heflin right now playing a great ball game.
A little too much on that pass, too. Take a little bit off of it. Second down and 10. Clock stopped. 7:25 to go in the quarter. Play clock down to 2. Heflin, quick pitch left side. Gant stops, cuts. Got some room. 40, 45, midfield in the open. Gets a block downfield to the 30, to the 25, 22. Great block downfield by Cooper Colvin. Keep the ball in front of you. How about that run?
How about Cooper Colvin down here putting a block on number 2? Guy's a little bit bigger than he is. I tell you, Gant put a foot in the ground. I couldn't really see a whole lot from where I was standing, but like you put a foot in the ground, went right up the middle, John, able to pick up a lot of yards. I don't know where the linebackers were. They may have blitzed on the play, but they definitely weren't back there.
Well, not only that, but you had a couple of offensive linemen that got downfield and got in the grill of those linebackers. I think Bob Jones was actually in a slant to the wide side, and what they did is the bulk of our offensive line took them with the slant. Backside sealed them off, and the next thing you know, just able to cut it back on a counter and come along the near boundary.
Got to hurry. Nope, not going to get it off in time. They're going to call a quick timeout. So we'll take a timeout with them. Aggies are driving down 7-0. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5. first quarter. Coleman leads Etowah 10-0 first quarter.
Oh, they're cheating.
And Cherokee County over Asheville 6-0 in the first quarter. We'll have more scores coming up. This one, Aggie's trying to tie this game up. Chris, offense looking good so far.
Hey, Gant, 2 carries, 47 yards. I mean,
offensive line, great job blowing up in holes. So Aggies come out of the timeout 1st and 10. They're sitting on the Bob Jones 22-yard line after the big run by Gant just moments ago. Heflin getting the start at quarterback. Heflin hands off to Gant up the middle. Nowhere to go. They just smother him at the line of scrimmage. That time during the timeout, I guess maybe Bob Jones made an adjustment or two also, John.
And not only did it, I think in more of an adjustment is just when I looked across the way, I think as a defensive line coach was just literally getting into their grill and right there trying to run a trap play back to the inside underneath handoff, and nobody accounted for number 89, Christian Kemp, who's going to either go to Austin P or Columbia. He's one of those guys playing on Saturdays, and Barry, he literally just met the backfield literally at the line of scrimmage.
All right, 2nd down and 10, clock running, 6:13 to go in the first, 7-0 Bob Jones. Aggies on the move, 2nd and 10 on the 22. Heflin out of the gun. Heflin turns. Gant again tries to bounce at 20, 19, butted heads at the 19. They'll drive him backwards. Good hard run by Gant. Gets a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd down and about 7. They'll give him 3 on the carry.
Good job there. Offensive line did what I call a fold block, Barry. Offensive lineman, or what we call the old belly play. The offensive guard pulls out, comes down the line of scrimmage, tries to kick out the defensive end. Gant comes underneath that. He's able to get north and south, and then he's met by number 3, Caden Jones, who will also be playing college ball. But right there, Caden Jones took one on the chin from the Albertville running back. Good run there.
Could be two-down territory if they don't make it on 3rd here. 3rd down 7. From the 19. Heflin out of the gun. Here comes pressure. The blitz is on. Quick throw. Oh, he had his man. He saw the blitz coming. Gant picked it up with a great block. He had Avis over the middle, a little too high over the hands of Havis, incomplete.
Well, I knew that he had a mismatch, too. They brought a linebacker up to cover Havis. They faked the underneath handoff, what we call an RPO run-pass option. Hayden's able to pull the football. Havis gets inside possession, or inside position, should I say, and just not able to get that ball on target.
Hey,
Man.
John, did anybody else see a defensive hold? Havis had to put his glove back on his hand when he really got past that linebacker and got grabbed. Kind of got away with one right there.
Oh, man, he had a couple of steps, you're right, on the defender. Had he brought that ball down some, man, he had a touchdown. They're going to try a field goal from the 26. Mateo from the right hash mark. The snap blocked. They come through, block it. The ball is loose, scooped up. Midfield, 45-40. Plunkett will bring him down at the 39-yard line. They had 3 men break through. Somebody got a hand on it, scooped it up, and they take it all the way back to the Aggie 40. You know, we talk about little things like this. Here the Aggies are on the 22-yard line driving, 1st down. All of a sudden, next thing you know, blocked field goal. We don't score, and they get the ball on our 40-yard line, Chris.
guys, you think a little bit we had them on their heels till we had to call the timeout?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But man, that's just little things like that each week, just things that just turn the game around, and that's one of them right there. You had a chance to go in and maybe tie the game up, but now they've got the ball after the block field goal on your 40-yard line, 1st down and 10. And you put the hands in one of the best quarterbacks in the region, and Rayshawn Hardy. Hardy out of the gun from the 40. The snap to Hardy, steps back, has time. Here comes pressure now. Throws it deep, left side down the sideline. A little too much under that one. Incomplete. Good coverage down there. Let's see which Aggie was that. Was that Hollis on the coverage? Great job, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Hollis did a great job here along the near boundary, taking the Bob Jones wide receiver and forcing him up against the sideline. So literally using that as an extra defender, and Rayshawn Hardy just overthrows him.
My bad, John. It's Des Revolte who was on coverage. Revolte,
right.
Good to see him back this week, Keith. He was banged up last week. 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Good coverage by Revolte. And Hardy turns, hands up. No, he's going to keep. Boy, he's got speed. 35 to the 30, to the 25. Stops, cuts, 20 to the sideline, to the 15. But there's a flag at the 33. Hardy picks up about 20 to 25, but I think you're right, Keith. Maybe a block in the back or a hold on the right side.
I believe it was a hold. I think somebody got turned around on the play. Somebody had a pretty good angle on him. I was talking to Colton Bagwell just a minute ago, and he said, "Coach, that kid's fast." I said, "Man," use the sideline. Let that be a defensive guy for you. Stay on his back hip. He's not supposed to make that outside play anyways. So use that sideline as a defensive player.
So that's why Keith Ball makes the big bucks.
There you go.
Stuff just like that.
And guys, right there, I mean, you know, once again, I know that they blocked the field goal, right? Can't go back and live time in the past, but they started with this drive at their own 40. Now with that penalty, you've actually backed them up to the 43-yard line. Got to ask your defense to step up and keep them out of the end zone right here.
They back it up after the hold. It'll be 2nd and 13. Hardy drops back. Has time stuffed. He's going to run. No, he's going to throw it short. Got his man knocked out of bounds. But that's a good hard hit. Is that Plunkett again?
Yep.
They're going to Plunkett's side a lot. Boy, he shoved him a big hit out of bounds. It's going to be short of the first. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 is where they mark it.
Boy, don't you hate being a linebacker when you have a very athletic quarterback? He steps up in the pocket like he's going to run, Coach. You have to come up and respect that. And what does he do? Zips it over your head for about a 7-yard gain out of bounds.
It's unfair. It's not. They're playing against the rules when they do stuff like that.
All right, 3rd down 4 on our 34-yard line. Hardy hands off up the gut, breaks one tackle, 30, 29, 28. He's going to pick up a 1st down, making the tackle. Trying to see who's on the ball. Big Julius Staten brings him down, but it's enough for a Bob Jones 1st down.
Julius Staten, boy, how proud can you be for that guy? I mean, Julius Staten, a sophomore, 6'2", 307 pounds, anchoring down the middle. I know they got a 1st down, but Julius with a great tackle.
1st and 10 on our 27.5-yard line. Hardy, quick drop left side, got his man. Little wide receiver screen, 25, 20, 15 to the 12-yard line. Des Revolte there helping out on the tackle, but it's going to be enough. I believe another flag down back around the 23. From what I've read and was told, this has been what's killed them all year. Their offense is there, but they get so many doggone penalties that bring back big plays like that, John.
It's exactly what Coach White said when I asked him if you could, if you had to start this game off, or there's something that's kind of hanging around your neck that you'd like to get rid of going into this game. He said penalties. He said we've killed ourselves with penalties and inopportune plays.
Flag.
Are they going to wave that one off?
Okay.
Well, there's another flag on the other side of the field, too.
One of them, I'm not sure what the one they're waving off is. Could you see, Keith, what they're saying that's not a penalty?
I bet I know what it was. The way they had them lined up, I bet they thought that was an illegal formation, but it was not.
Well, so they're waving both of them off?
Well, let's see. They're putting the ball on the 12. I think they are.
I thought one was a hold. That might have backed them up.
Are they saying maybe somebody ineligible receiver or ineligible
they
player at first, but then they decided not. So the play does stand, 1st down to the 12-yard line. So Hardy out of the gun from our 12-yard line. 4:14 to go, 1st quarter. They're up 7-0, trying to add to it from the 12. Hardy hands off up the gut, 10 to the 5. Man, he's a bowling ball. He just ran over a couple of men. They finally stand him up and bring him down. Good job there by Thelis, one of the Aggies who made the hit. They're going to, good to see Keith Henderson is back in the game.
Yeah, and I know he's still hurting, I think. They might have patched him up over there on the sideline. He had tears in his eyes. I tell you, Isaac Henderson, you'll have to cut that arm off for him to come out of this football game right now.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. They're knocking on the door again on their 7-yard line. They're up 7-zip, 3 men wide right side. Play clock at 10. Hardy out of the gun. 2nd down and short. Hardy hands off again up the middle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He will walk into the end zone. The big tailback, Tyron Washington, into the end zone. It's 13-0.
Just an explosive job there, Coach, by the offensive line of Bob Jones. I mean, Washington was not even touched until maybe Henderson got one hand on him as he was going into the end zone. Offensive line just blew up the defensive front of Albertville, pushed him back into the end zone.
Yeah, and that's not a running back that doesn't need to be touched till he gets about 4 or 5 yards down the field, because he is an absolute stump running up through there.
Wow, now for the point after. High snap. It's down. Kick is up. And it is good. They add to the lead. We'll take a timeout. 3:26 to go in the first. Bob Jones up 14-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Wilton's Barbecue in Albert.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh. Quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer. There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Gilbert and Balford scoring summary. Bob Jones adds another touchdown, John.
Yeah, after blocking an Albertville field goal attempt, able to get the ball back at the Aggie 40-yard line. 6 plays, 40 yards. Washington in from 5 yards out. Extra point up and good. Bob Jones extending their lead 14-0 here in the first quarter.
And Gilbert and Balford in Albertville. Go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. Some updated scores. Boaz on top of Douglas 7-0 first quarter. Arab Hazel Green tied 7-7 in the first. James Clemens leads Grissom 14-8, and wow, Coleman over Etowah 17-0 in the first quarter. Hey, here's a high kick, short kick. They dropped the ball. The ball is loose, still loose. They've got it. They pick it up another scoop. They're going to bring him down though, 22-yard line. Plunkett is injured. Plunkett came up to field the ball. It was kicked short. Plunkett caught it, but then one of the Bob Jones players just ran all over him and knocked the ball loose.
And Plunkett, gosh, he probably should have thrown his hands up and tried to fair catch that one, but you're trying to make a play down 14-0. Plunkett goes to his knees, and the ball, he just never grabs a hold of it, never has possession. I think if he gets possession right there, Barry, there's a chance that, because he's already on his knees, that they're going to call that play dead.
Right.
But then he takes a shoulder pad literally to the helmet, ball bounces around, and Bob Jones picks it up, and they scamper all the way back to the Albertville 21-yard line. And if this play is going to stand, and I think the referees are actually talking a little bit about what's going on, but if this play stands, that's 2 big crucial errors on the Albertville special teams that's going to give Bob Jones really good field position.
They moved the ball back to the 36. I guess it's still Bob Jones' ball, but you can, I guess, forward that, so they're going to put it on the 36. But, man, I know Plunkett was doing the best he could just to be able to grab the ball, field the ball, because there was a good chance of it being, just bouncing free. And it was a good kick between kind of 2 men. Plunkett came up trying to field it, and the ball came down just like a rock, and when he grabbed it, he was hit about the same time he touched the ball. From your angle down there, Keith, I couldn't see it. There was like a massive humanity around Tillman. I couldn't see exactly what happened.
Yeah, I couldn't either. I can't help you on this one at all, guys. I have no idea the way they ran down, and I'm on the other side of the field, so I don't know exactly what happened. Is Tillman down? Is that who's down?
He is. Okay. And there's trainers from both sides working on Tillman. Could not say exactly what happened, but we'll give you an update as soon as we can. We do know that injured Isaac Henderson came back out last series on defense, so some type of shoulder injury, but he was back out there, so that's good news. Also good news is the fact that Des Revolte left the game last week with an injury, but he's out there playing tonight, so that's good news. They're really taking a lot of time with Tillman. Not sure exactly what they're looking. I guess it's, they've got trainers on both sides working with Tillman. Man, he's had a great game already, Keith. He's been Chris. He's been physical from the first play because he's going up usually against probably their top receiver on that side of the field.
Very good thing is I'm got my binoculars up now and able to get a little bit of people moved away. Tillman is now sitting up, so that's a good sign. He's got his head kind of slouched over. Duck and Buck are wonderful trainers for Albertville Sports, along with their trainers, and it looks like he's making it to his feet.
All right, great news.
There we go.
Yeah, big hand from both sides. He's over in front of the Bob Jones bench. Their players, they've taken a knee, given him a good hand as he gets up. I mean, man, Tillman's just a great athlete, and I say it like this because the last thing you want to see is you've got 2 more games here. He's also an excellent basketball player. Basketball season kicks off in just a couple of weeks, which, by the way, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Aggie head coach, Dylan Bonnell, and assistant JV coach Alex Maston joining us at half talking basketball. But boy, watching Tillman walk off, it looks like maybe what I'm seeing is he may have just got his bell rung, you could say, because he's very wobbly as he's being helped off. I'm hoping that's the extent of it, is this giving some time, sit on the bench. Probably not going to come back this game, I wouldn't think, probably just saying. But maybe next week he'll be A-OK.
Yeah, I think he took a shoulder pad to the face mask is what it looked like to me originally, guys.
Did he call a fair catch on the play?
He did not.
He didn't know. He came up just trying to field it because the ball was about to bounce between him and the guy in front of him. And Bob Jones coming down. They were about to recover it. But Tillman, just being the team player he is, was trying his best just to field it to keep them from getting we're recovering an onside kick, basically.
Yep.
Well, all right. It is Bob Jones' ball. So, again, another special teams turnover. They've got the ball in their 36-yard line, already up 14-0. Hardy drops back, looks, throws it deep right side, wide open, got it to the 10, to the 5, down to the 3. That's good coaching. You know that Tillman Plunkett, the spot he just went out, somebody's replacing him. That's exactly where they threw the ball, where Tillman was on the previous play, John, and a wide open wide receiver.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only did they go up against the new defensive back, and I'm trying to get a number on that side, Barry. It looks like they've moved number 4.
Revolte to the other side. Gotcha.
But anyway, got Revolte's hips turned when he did. The wide receiver just shot out at the 5-yard line, 10-yard line, just an easy pitch and catch.
First and goal, 4-yard line. Hardy, the snap, stops. You'll bounce it left side. Wow. He just stopped, changed gears, but there's a flag again in the backfield. How many penalties so far on Bob Jones, Chris?
Well, this will be the third one, and they already called one off earlier, so this will be the third penalty for the same.
So they're usually a holding call
yes.
that is going to bring back what would have been a touchdown, and the other 2 brought back like big gains.
Boy, and Coach White across the way, I don't know if he's hot with the linemen that are getting these calls or if he's hot with the referee, but he wants to know a number, and the referee's giving him that number. But Barry, once again, it's those penalties, and thank God it is those penalties for Albertville because, as you said, Hardy kind of got lost in the wash, bounced outside, nobody able to get to him. He gets in the end zone. Albertville once again gets a second shot at life here.
They back it up to the 15, first and goal from the 15-yard line. Hardy fakes the handoff, rolls right side, fakes. He's going to keep it to the 10. They'll shove him out of bounds into the Bob Jones cheerleaders. They're going to shove him out at about the 8, so a gain of 7. Second to goal now from the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and Hardy right there kind of got caught in no man's land himself. We talk about the linebackers getting caught. I think his back coming out of the backfield, he kind of wanted to be able to make him a safety valve to pass it to, but the running back was so close to him, he couldn't do anything. And by the time he made up his mind and got outside, the Albertville linebackers had already kind of regrouped and able to get him out of bounds.
Second and goal from the 8-yard line. 2:56 to go in the first quarter. 14-0. Bob Jones on top, driving again. Knocking on the Aggie door at the 8. Hardy drops back, looks left side as all day. Throws, got his man complete. 5, stops. Evan Jordan hits him. Havis hits him. They're going to wrap him up and finally throwing down back at about the 4 forward progress, so a gain of 4. Third and goal now from the 4-yard line.
Yeah, brought a man in motion to kind of even it up, and what you're hoping is you get 2 wide receivers out here on 2 defensive backs, and number 82, they kind of got him in a sniffer or a wing or a tight end flex, whatever you want to say, trying to get him out here in the flat, hoping that you can get 2 blockers, but a great job by the defensive back and linebacker core to rally and make that tackle.
Third and goal from the 4-yard line. Hardy out of the gun. Hardy hands off up the middle. 3, 2, 1. He is hit at the goal line, drags a tackler into the end zone. Washington, his 3rd touchdown of the game.
You know who Washington reminds me of, Coach? When he runs that underneath handoff, he's just stocky, he's squatty, he's strong, and he's fast. He reminds me of a Jerome Bettis is exactly who he reminds me of.
Yeah, if he ate him about 2 years worth of Bojangles biscuits, he would look just like Jerome Bettis. He's built low to the ground, man. He is a strong kid.
Now for the point after with 2:13 to go in the quarter, and there's a whistle before the kick. I think Bob Jones is happy because it was a 1 hopper back to the holder. Aggies are about to block that thing. So it's 20-0, 3 touchdowns for Washington.
What do y'all figure Washington squats? About 900 pounds?
Oh, gosh.
At least. whatever he wants to is what I think.
Just whatever the bar will hold.
They list him as 5'10", 230 on the updated roster here.
He's got legs like Earl Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive.
Yep. He drugged
He's 230.
Felix.
He ain't a fat 230, guys.
He just carried Felix into the end zone on the last run. High snap, gets it down, almost blocked. It's up, and it is good. And we'll take a timeout with 2:13 to go in the quarter. 21-0 Bob Jones. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this Community Channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
It's another one thanks to a special teams mistake. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
Yeah, Bob Jones started this drive at the Albertville 36-yard line. 5 plays later, they're able to go the entire 36-yard distance. Washington from 4 yards out with his 3rd touchdown. Extra point up and good. Bob Jones leads Albertville 21-0 here in the first.
So now for the point after high kick. Fair catch call for at the 17-yard line. He double fair caught that one. He made the signal, then he took a knee.
Yes, he did.
Then he laid down, rolled over just to be sure because don't want that to happen again. But the latest we've seen from Tillman Plunkett looks like he's setting up possibly, I don't know if he was knocked out. I'm not saying that because we have no clue, but it looks like the way he was wobbling off the field, I think they're going to play it safe, and I don't think we'll see him back this week, and hopefully next week we'll see him.
I would imagine that, anytime that something happens with the head like that, and he, like I said, he was really slow getting up, really wobbly coming off the field. I would imagine that they're starting their what they call concussion protocol right now.
Here come the Aggies on offense, 1st and 10. First time we've seen the offense in a few minutes, thanks to a couple of special teams mistakes with a blocked field goal that they returned for almost a touchdown, and then the fumbled kick. Offense handoff up the middle. Not much running room there, 17, maybe 18. It's going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard at the most. Gant, nothing doing that time. It'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, just an underneath handoff coming right down the pipe, kind of where they were a while ago and having success. But that time, all of a sudden, T.J. Sanders, his big linebacker, all 6 foot, 190 pounds of him, able to meet Gant up in the hole. And maybe Gant got the best of him for a half a yard, Barry.
Yeah, 2nd down at about 10. Laredo checks in as a blocking back. Aggies 1 man wide left, 2 to the right. They're really backing off the receivers. I'll throw a couple of short passes here. You're going to get a couple of yards at least. Back to pass. Heflin hands off. Nope, fakes the handoff, throws, picked off. 30-yard line. I'm not sure what happened. Heflin threw it right into the hands of the defender. A big mix-up between him and the wide receiver.
Yeah, it looks like trying to see.
Yeah, Hunter Smith was the receiver. Hunter broke to the sideline. The ball was thrown back towards the middle of the field, right into the hands of the defensive back.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened is that Hunter's on one side of the equation. The quarterback's on the other. Hunter goes to the inside, and all of a sudden the quarterback thinks he's going to go outside, or vice versa. Excuse me. Hunter went outside. Quarterback thinks he's going inside. The defensive back having inside position just made an easy pitch and catch.
Yeah, this is tough on the offense because the first drive they were looking good.
Yeah.
Now, next thing you know, we've got the defense back out there again. 1st and 10, 30-yard line. 1:24 to go in the quarter. Quick drop, hands off, straight up the middle. Henderson grabs him, wraps him up. Helped out by Staten. There's a tackle going down. Boy, Nugget just got his saw slid pulled off back there at the 22-yard line.
Yeah.
Pulled his helmet off down there.
Nugget got the top popped off, didn't he? Wow.
He got a little breading off the top, didn't he, boys?
Yeah, it looked like Washington wasn't in for that play, Barry. He checks back in now. We got a Bob Jones player trying to make it to the sidelines. It looks like that was the player that was checked in. I think it was actually number 7 that had checked in, or maybe it was number 6, Sessions, that checked in for the play.
Right.
And he's injured or on the far side, and Washington checks back in.
Couldn't see what happened, but he's on his knees. Trainer out there helping him up. It's going to be a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Looks like maybe right foot, right ankle. They're going to help him off.
And that was the running back, Barry. I'm sorry. I was just
right.
He kind of get caught up in the pile.
I couldn't say. I guess so. But man, the defense for the Aggie defense, time of possession is not even close. After that first drive, Aggie defense has been out there the entire time. 2nd down and 8 from the 28-yard line. Under a minute to go in the quarter. 21-0. Bob Jones. Hardy out of the gun. Hardy turns, fakes, throws right side. Got his man complete. 25 to the 20. Breaks through from one tackle. They're going to throw him out of bounds. Revolte's over there. Can't see who the other Aggie is from here. Is that Felix, I think? Makes the tackle, but it will be enough for a Bob Jones 1st down.
Yeah, but this quarterback looks deep, and then he comes back, checks down. And who he's checking down to is his wide receiver, Brody Cooper, 6'3", 215. And Brody Cooper does a good job of catching that on the hop, getting north and south. Needed to gain about 8, gained about 11, moved the chains 1st down.
Ball is on the 16-yard line. Hardy, empty backfield, nobody behind him. Hardy steps back. Looks right side, throws into the end zone, going up, battling, he goes up, he got it. Did he stay in? No. That was great coverage by Revolte in the corner of the end zone, just one-on-one coverage. And Revolte, I think, helped save the touchdown there, John.
Absolutely. Des Revolte did not get turned around, kept his eyes on the wide receiver, utilized that sideline, the back corner of the end zone as that 12th defender. The Bob Jones receiver, Barry, made the catch, but as you said it, Revolte using every ounce and every inch of ground, forced him out, wasn't able to get his foot down. That's a great play by the cornerback.
Was. 2nd and 10 from the 18. Washington steps in. He's the lone setback behind Hardy. Hardy turns, fakes it. A little mix up in the backfield. Hardy rolls left side to the 15, jumps over a man to the 10, gets popped at the 7. 1 flag, 2 flags, 3 flags. Wrestling match breaks out in the middle of a game. He jumped over 1 Aggie, then 3 Aggies grabbed him, and there are 2 flags. You got to think holding call again.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, you're down there field level. I just got one question. I don't care what the flag is. How high did that cat just jump? He looked like a deer that you just scared out of the woods. That's how high he jumped.
Yeah, he could have cleared a 4 barbed wire strand fence pretty easy. I didn't see Lamar Jackson play football in high school, but I can imagine this is what he looked like. You know, I know there's a rule that he's going to get a personal foul because you can't jump over a prone player in high school football, so they're going to back him up twice. I think they got a hold and a personal foul on the quarterback.
I mean, they've had so many penalties on plays similar to that where they've had a big gain because it would have been a Bob Jones 1st down inside the 10, but now I think it's 2 penalties. I think you're right, Keith. The first one came in before he jumped over the Aggie player. You need to go back and watch this whenever Horizon has this in a day or so. What a play.
Guys, you're talking about an absolute athlete now. He like you said, John, he can flat get up. Does he play basketball?
I don't know.
I mean, he's one of those guys you just throw it up there and let him dunk it because he's that athletic and he's got that much explosiveness.
If you've got a basketball team, you got to hope he's going to enter the transfer portal after the end of the season and go play basketball somewhere. Goes, wow, because when he jumped over one of the Aggie players and then almost broke 2 tackles to get into the end zone. So they're going to mark it off all the way back to the 28-yard line, and that will end the first quarter. A lot of action here in the a long first quarter. 43-minute first quarter. We'll take a timeout. 21-0 Bob Jones. You listen to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
the driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout.
First quarter. Last week we had a 48-minute first quarter. This week, 43-minute first quarter. A lot of action. Hey, some scores. Boaz Douglas, big region game. Boaz on top 14-0 second quarter. James Clemens, how about Grissom playing James Clemens close? It's 21-15 in the second quarter.
Oh, wow.
Grissom hanging around. Florence leads Sparkman 21-0. Coleman, here's a shocker to me, leading at a wall. The score is a surprise, 24-0 in the second quarter.
Cheating.
Yeah.
They're cheating. I'm kidding. No, Coleman's got a good football team, guys.
All right, Bob Jones ball, second down and 10 from our 28-yard line. First play of the second quarter, Hardy out of the gun, one back beside him. That's Washington. Washington 3 touchdowns already in the game. 3 men wide right side. Play clock down to 10-9. Hardy drops back, looks, throws towards the middle. There's a shove in the back. I don't know if the official is going to call it. What a shove. Keith, you're there. The Aggie defender just shoved him and went up and tried to pick up the pass.
Yeah, we might have got away with a little one right there.
Yeah.
He got a good two-hand shove in there. So, hey, they didn't call it. It worked out.
Sure.
We got Emmanuel Hardaway who came in for Tillman, and he's probably going to be in the rest of the game for him. I don't see Tillman coming back in this one. Maybe we can get him back, hopefully, for the Gunnersville game next week.
Incomplete pass, third down, 10. 21-0. Bob Jones on top. Will be the second play of the second quarter. They're on our 28-yard line. Hardy out of the gun, 2 men wide right side. Hardy drops back, has time. Now pressure, steps up, got him in the jersey, breaks free from one man. 25 to the 20, cuts, 15, a stiff arm, got him at the shirt tail. Dragging to the 8, to the 7, to the 6. Will not go down to the 6-yard line. Finally down close to a Bob Jones first down.
You want to know why he's the number 2 ranked rusher in all of 7A? Because that was designated a pass play, Barry. A great job on the back end by the defensive back core and the linebacker core of Albertville. Just nowhere to go to. Hardy starts to bring the ball down because the pocket's closing in. Then he takes it, goes right, goes left. You hit the triangle button and the square button and the star button on your controller, and ultimately he's down at the 6-yard line at first and goal.
You know, it's fun, 7A ball, to see some of the athletes we get to see. It's just a shame they didn't switch teams somewhere along the way, and we had them on ours because, man, Hardy, he's good. First and goal from the 7. Hardy hands off to Washington, 6. They're going to stand him up and did the old wheelbarrow like they was pushing a wheelbarrow for a minute. His legs went up, his head went down, and he falls at the 3-yard line.
Great job there by the offensive line, Barry. Remember that snap started at the 7-yard line, and he literally, as you said, got behind the offensive line, went over the top of them. Ball is at the 3. That's 4 yards that I give strictly to that offensive line.
Second and goal from the 3-yard line. Again, Hardy and Washington. The snap to Hardy, hands off to Washington, to the 2, to the 1, to the goal line, to the end zone. Give him his 4th touchdown of the game. Washington in the end zone. Touchdown, Bob Jones.
Coach, and now all of a sudden we got a fight in the end zone. I think there might have been a little trash talking by Washington when he went in, and I was just going to give him all kind of accolades and glory for just being that type of running back, but I mean, right now, both hands, cooler heads have got to prevail in this one.
Well, and you've got, I think he was doing a little trash talk, but I think it was another player got tied up with Isaac. And knowing Isaac as long as I have, he's pretty soft-spoken. He lets his play do his talking for him. So for him to be that frustrated, I think there's probably little shenanigans going on right there on the other side because he's not one to get a personal foul at all.
So no flags.
Yeah, there's flags.
They're talking it over to see what to do, who gets the flags, what happens.
If I'm guessing, I'd say probably offsetting.
So that's tailback Washington's 4th rushing touchdown of the game. Here comes the flags. The penalties, touchdown, unsportsmanlike conduct, Albertville. And I'm guessing one for Bob Jones, yes. So there'll be no penalties marked off. So two. Just basically, they're just going to forget about it.
Yeah.
I can see the White Hat getting a couple of the captains together in a second and being
Yeah.
like, all right, guys,
Yeah.
it's time to clean this thing up a little bit. We're fixing to start throwing flags everywhere.
Yeah, because we've had quite a few personal foul flags already thrown.
Yeah, y'all can either clean it up or we're going to clean it up. You got your choice.
Yeah, so now for the point after, 27-0, 10:38 to go in the half. And for the 4th extra point. High snap, gets it down, kick is up, barely gets over. It is good. We'll take a timeout, 10:38 to go in the half, 28-0 Bob Jones. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay and is available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
Another touchdown. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
Yeah, after Albertville has another miscue, this time an interception, Bob Jones takes over at the Albertville 41-yard line. 7 plays, 41 yards later, Washington barrels in from 3 yards out. Extra point up and good. And the Patriots winning this battle, Barry, right now, 28-0.
Gilbert and Ball Ford and Albertville go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. Go back to the opening drive, Chris. We got a first down, had a big long pass play, or a running play rather, from Gant. We were moving the ball.
Yep.
All of a sudden we had to call a timeout to get a play in. It's like everything fell apart after that timeout.
What it was like after the timeout, Bob Jones made adjustments to our offense, and we haven't made adjustments yet to it.
No. And here's the kick. High kick, short kick again. One of the deep men comes up, fields it, 20-yard line, 25. I think that's Suter to the 30. Good return. That's the way you do it, just straight up the middle. It's going to be hard to beat these young men around the end, so just take it up the middle, get as much as you can, which he did to the 30-yard line, first down and 10. Congrats again to offensive lineman Jace Golden of Albertville. He is this week's Aggie Papa Doobie Student Athlete of the Week. He's going to pick up a nice gift card to go by and have maybe some blackened catfish or whatever he chooses.
Catfish po' boy. And speaking of po' boy, remember that Papa Doobie says, guys, make sure that you stay in school. Don't you be no po' boy.
And when the game is over, we'll be announcing the Legends of Albertville player of the game. Last week it went to Caleb Gant. We'll see who can maybe make a play or two or a bunch of plays to get it this week.
Yeah, guys, remember that the player of the game is sponsored by Legends of Albertville. Why be average when you can be legendary? The player of the game sponsored by Legends of Albertville.
All right, 1st and 10, Albertville, time to get the offense moving, 30-yard line. Heflin hands off Gant up the middle. Keep going to that play. It worked on the first drive. Hasn't worked really since. Gant gets him a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, just a great job there by the defensive line, just holding serve in the middle of the field. Offensive line not able to get much of a line surge, but enough that Gant's able to get north and Southbury and gain a yard. Taken out by number 89, Christian Kemp. That's one of those defensive linemen we said are going to get to play on Saturday. You can see why. Did a great job of coming off of that block to make a tackle.
How about Grissom? They've now tied to James Clemens, 21-21.
Wow.
James Clemens must win to have a chance for the playoffs. If they lose that game, they're done.
And Bob Jones beat James Clemens, so that game won't hurt Bob Jones any right now.
He'll turn quick pass. Those got his man complete. Smith goes down, makes the catch. 37-yard line. Hunter, but if he'd stayed on his feet, he probably had a first down and more. It's going to be short by about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Albertville.
Inside wide receiver went deep, and I think both defensive backs thought that everybody was going deep. Hunter cut his route off, kind of a slant in behind it, and if Heflin's able to keep that ball up, I think you're going to be able to move the chains. But you also got to credit Hunter Smith getting his hands underneath that ball, Barry, to make this a very manageable 3rd and 3.
Our 3rd down short from the 37-yard line. Clock running, 9:13 to go on the half. Aggies down 28-0 on the move, 3rd and short. Heflin hands off Gant, bounces left side, first down, 40. Cut down at the 41-yard line, good tackle. You know, Gant, Chris, has taken a pounding this year.
Yes.
It finally paid off big time last week, finally began getting a lot of rushing yards. Tonight, how many has he got so far tonight?
That's 7 carries now for 55 yards.
That's a great job. Offensive line protected him here along the near side. Inside receiver got a great block. Gant able to get to the outside. Needed 3, gained 5. And he able to run over a defensive back that's going to be playing on Saturdays next year. So great job by that young man to move the chains.
So Caleb Gant, one of those seniors, will be leaving us after this year. Going to hate to lose Gant. 1st and 10, 42-yard line. Heflin to Gant again up the middle. They got him wrapped up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Almost broke free. They're going to stop him for no gain. Caleb Gant, one of those last couple of years, Keith, he's just taking a pounding, but he just gets up and just goes right back at it again.
Yeah, he's always been that way. When he was a middle school kid, he would scare you to death with some of the contact he would give and receive, and contacts never bothered him. And he's one of those kind of like Isaac. You're going to have to break him in half to get him off the field. He's a tough kid.
He sure is. No gain that time. He was wrapped up and hit hard at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Aggies on the 42-yard line. Just picked up their, second first down or 3rd first down of the game.
Yep.
So they got something positive going here. Finally giving the defense a chance to catch their breath. It's 2nd and long. 7:51 to go on the half. Heflin out of the gun. Heflin to Gant again up the middle. They're going to stand him up. He's still fighting. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10.
Brought this backside guard, kind of a trap play, and they were just trying to get an underneath handoff and get Gant in behind that trap. Great job there by the linebacker, filling, coming downhill. I think that was number 45 for Bob Jones, number 45 being the 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, Aldridge, coming in to make that tackle, Barry. But a great tackle by Bob Jones and up another important 3rd and 9.
I'd keep an eye on Cooper Colvin because they've been playing off of them. I think Cooper maybe a slant over the middle, 3rd down and 10. They're going to put Cooper in motion, back to pass those. He's got Cooper, 45. Not going to get away, though. They sent Cooper in motion, caught the pass, couldn't get around the corner. It's a gain, but a gain of only about, 3, so it's 4th down and 7.
Had a 2-man flood route on the far side. Heflin fakes the underneath handoff. He's going to roll to the far boundary. Cooper Colvin going short on about a 3-yard route. Had a deeper route. I think that might have been Connor Lowry on the deep route. Did a great job. Bob Jones covered it. He had to check down, got it to Cooper. Cooper got north and south, but as soon as he caught it, Barry, Bob Jones defender able to take him down after a gain of about 3.
I think it's our first punt of the game, Chris. It's not due to us scoring points. It's due to turnovers. We've had a blocked field goal, but now Mateo steps back at his 31. Mateo's done a great job this year, special teams. Mateo also one of those seniors we'll lose this year. I didn't say, did the clock wind down to 0? I wasn't watching the play clock, but unless we can, delay a game, they'll back it up 5 yards. So with 6:18 to go here in the half, 28-0. Halftime, we'll have the usual Aggie halftime show. We'll also have Aggie basketball coaches Dylan Bonnell and Alex Maston joining us, giving us a preview of the upcoming basketball season. Good snap, Mateo, plenty of time. Good kick, Mateo, high kick, short kick. Takes an Aggie bounce it. Boy, there's another wrestling match at the 35. There's a takedown, big time for 35. No flags.
Yeah, there's a flag.
Oh, there is a flag, okay.
I think he saw it too. Trot English just got tossed running downfield. Coach is going to check on him because he just did about 3 flips.
It's like he came off the top rope there and brought Trot down because he brought him down with. Is that what
I guess there's no penalty or sign for hip toss, so we're just going to go with holding on that one, Coach.
What did the official? I think it was an NFL game that time. He said he gave him the business.
Giving him the business.
Well, he just got the business give to him right there.
Giving him the business.
And that's the call. How many penalties now, Chris?
6. I had to count them up.
Hey, I tell you,
you got to take your shoes off. There's so many on it.
For those of you at home, it's one of those nights you can tell which way the wind's blowing because it's blowing from chicken house across the field, or chicken plant rather. And I was hoping this would be kind of like, Denver has the mile high, the altitude plays a difference. I was hoping maybe with the chicken house craptitude we might have
I like it.
but we don't. Quick pass, left side, 25-30 down the sideline, out of the 35-yard line.
I heard it, Barry. It was a great one. I may be the only one that heard it, but it was a good one.
I heard it.
But that smell, you think Bob Jones, welcome to town, boys.
Yeah, that's where the magic happens right over there, guys.
Yeah.
Just a quick throw by Hardy out here to wide receiver, senior Quentin Hubbard, 5'10", 165-pound senior. And I believe Quentin's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those that's going to go to Kentucky Wesleyan next year, Barry, and play football.
3 men wide right side. 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Hardy back to pass. Boy, has plenty of time. Now he's going to run to the 40. Gets around one man, midfield, 45. Hayden Carr chasing. Gets away from Carr. 40-yard line with step out of bounds. He's got just a different speed when he gets into the open, Keith.
Yeah, he's got college speed. You can tell when he's moving around with the football. Hey, I tell you what, Des Revolte, he's a freshman. How about that guy as a senior here in 4 years, keeping him at corner for 4 years? He's going to be a ball player for us.
Keep him in the weight room. You're absolutely right. He's already got the speed. 1st and 10, quick drop left side. Got him, complete again. 35-30, 25 to the sideline. Down the sideline, did he stay in? Apparently, yes, 10-5. They're going to say 2-yard line. What official are they going to mark him at? Nope, they are not. All the way down to the 2-yard line.
Same exact play they threw out to Hubbard a few moments ago. There must be something that Rayshawn Hardy's seeing out there, Barry, or Coach, that maybe it's just, when I got man-to-man coverage, I think that my receiver that's going to Kentucky Wesleyan's better than your defensive back, and just snap throw down the sidelines, and all of a sudden, one play after that, he's inside the 5.
Down to the 2, Hardy, quarterback keeper. He'll bounce it left side. He will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Hardy. That's his first. 4 for his running back, Washington. Hardy, how many yards for Hardy right now, Chris?
7 carries, 75 yards, and around 9 of 12 for 133 passing.
That's not bad at all. Well over 200 yards, total yards right now. That's his first touchdown of the game. It's 34-0, 5:18 to go in the half. I tell you, he's a weapon. If they could cut back on a lot of the mistakes, the penalties, this would have been a team that really would have a chance at fighting for the number 1 or 2 spot, but I can see why they've struggled. Too many penalties. High kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. We'll take a timeout. 5:18 to go in the half. It's 35-0. Bob Jones. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
Over to Ball Ford scoring summary.
I'm sorry, that's just my favorite commercial. Sorry about that. Bob Jones, 4 plays, 80 yards. Hardy goes in from 3 yards out, extra point up and good. Bob Jones extending their lead here in the middle of the second quarter, 35-0.
Well, Gilbert involved Ford and Albertville. Go see the difference where Fords really do cost less. Plus, they go the extra mile. They even take batteries down to their son down on the sideline.
There you go.
Randy came out earlier and hand-delivered 2 batteries to Keith on the sideline. That's customer service right there.
That's what happens, that's what happens when you get Fords right there. That's what that's all about.
Exactly. High kick, returnable, short kick, 15-yard line, 20. I'd step out of bounds. There you go. Good move. And there's a good block over there by one of the Aggies. But that's the thing to do. You're not going to get maybe more than a yard. You know, why take a chance of getting your head tore off? But just step out of bounds. That's what you do. Seriously. Is there a flag? They're talking about something back at the 44-yard line. Are they discussing, where's that smell coming from, Bob? I don't know, Steve. I thought it was you. Not me, man.
I think they were trying to figure out if Albertville had too many men on the field, because the one in the back is the one who does all the counting. So they kind of all got together and realized that we had 11 on one side and 11 on the other.
They got out the calculators.
They had to get the calculators out.
I think he lost count at 10 because his eyes were full watering from the smell.
Stitch.
He couldn't see. He said 2 of everything. Aggie football, 1st and 10, 21-yard line. Heflin, I believe Gant beside him. Gant's had a good game. He'll quick pitch to Gant. Gant tries to bounce it. Does. Gets a little bit of room, 23, 24-yard line. English down there. Nice job of English leading the way. I think he's still a little sore from that throwdown he had a few minutes ago, Keith, because he got up a little slow that time.
Yeah, he did, but you're not going to be able to hurt him, get him out of the ball game. He's a tough kid. John, we were talking earlier about the run game working a little bit, but that toss play has worked a couple of times tonight. And really earlier in the game, he was putting his foot in the ground, and I think the linebackers were overrunning the play, and he was able to get back in the middle of the field. They try to do that again.
It's a gain of 3. Aggies on the 25-yard line. Clock running, 4:34 to go on the half, down 35-0. Low snap, quick drop throws. Threw it too high again. Wow, Connor Lowry, 36-yard line. Had it been thrown between the 1 and the 6, he could have gone all the way, John.
He had a really good shot, Barry. They lined up man-on-man coverage. He was able to beat his man off the line of scrimmage, which was getting covered by a linebacker. Got behind the linebacker in front of the secondary. If he pulls that down, Coach, I think that Connor's going to split the safeties and go all the way to the house. Just a little bit overthrown.
I'll say Heflin, this is probably the first week of practice. He's probably seen most of the snaps in practice. So, he's got the arm. It just takes a little time. You don't have time with only 2 games left, but he's got the arm. But if he brought that down just a bit, they could have scored. Heflin back to pass. Pressure's coming. They've got him. Back at the 16-yard line. Man, Heflin's thinking they're not quite this fast at JV ball. These 7A guys, they delivered a hit on Heflin that time.
Well, in that time, Barry, it was 3rd down and 3rd and long. Bob Jones knew that Albertville needed to gain about 9 yards, walk their defensive backs up literally in the face of the wide receivers, and just brought an absolute jailhouse blitz. Offensive line picked up who they could, and when you're Heflin, you just got to hope that one of your receivers gets open, and Heflin just nowhere to go with the football, and probably lucky that he didn't get hurt, because he did take a shot from a blitzing linebacker right square between the numbers.
I like the way Coach English will grab him and give him his little coaching as he comes off. Here's a punt, high kick, short punt. It's going to take a little bit of an Aggie roll to the 43, 44-yard line. So here you go. Bob Jones will start on the 44-yard line, 35-0 lead. You got to think, Chris, last week, halftime, James Clemens pulled most of the starters. I don't see why Bob Jones may not do it also at halftime.
Yeah, even the 35-0, if it winds up being that, I wouldn't see why they would do the same thing.
Because with this win, that they should be in the playoffs, depending on what happens with the other games. But they should be. So, why take a chance of actually they have already pulled a Hardy. Starting quarterback is already out. Looks like they've already put in the backup. That's Dylan Willingham. The 6'2", 165 junior comes in. So Willingham, number 11, steps in.
He's a pretty good-looking specimen, too, by the way.
I think he just borrowed Hardy's shoes. He's also got some bright yellow ones. Hands off left side, bounces left side, 45-40, 35-30. Down the sideline he goes. Havis will shove him out of bounds, but bring it all back. There's another one of those penalties on the 46-yard line. Almost about every 3rd or 4th time they have a long run, it comes back, Chris.
Yeah, and I don't know who that was, guys. Maybe John seen who it was. Somebody was getting like horse horse hog tied, however you want to call it.
I think the tackle was trying to get on the outside edge. And, Coach, you're more field level. You know, he's trying to reach that defensive end. I think he just got a little bit too much jersey trying to hook him there on the end.
Yeah, like Chris said, I think he's just missing the rope, and he could have got the job done on the play. How about the speed of that guy? Was it 17?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. He like a bolt of lightning going up the left side.
Caleb Sanders. How about the quarterbacks? I'm not sure if the quarterbacks have some kind of a licensing deal with the shoe company, but they both got these bright yellow shoes with like orange bottoms. Keith, you need to wear some of those because sometimes we have a hard time picking you out on the sideline other than the beard.
Well, you could definitely pick me out with those on. But that's usually a kicker shoe. The kickers wear the bright shoes.
So they bring it all the way back to the 44, so another holding call. Back to pass, looks, throws it deep right side, got his man open, falls down 31-yard line, makes the catch. You just can't give him that much time. That's Dylan Willingham, the backup quarterback, threw a bullet to his open receiver all the way to the Aggie 31-yard line.
Yeah, the wide receiver K.J. Fields, and we talked about K.J. Fields. He's going to either go to Austin Peay or UT Martin, or somebody else may come to town, but he's a collegiate wide receiver. He's locked up on the safety. Safety turns his hips thinking that K.J. is going long, then he runs a post, and just a great pass by Willingham to move the chains.
3:05 to go in the half. Willingham, the quarterback, out of the gun. The snap drops, looks left side, throws, got his man complete, cuts back to the middle, 25 to the 20. Chasing him, Hatley will drive him out of bounds. Good tackle also, Aiden Carr over there. And I think somebody lost a shoe back there at the 23. It'll be enough for another Bob Jones first down.
That's about the fourth time on the last two drives that they've come to that play. Coach, is it just we got two receivers against two defensive backs, and I'm going to get the ball out of my hands quickly and try to make one miss and take it to the house?
Well, you call it a one screen or a now screen, and basically the quarterback's popping up, throwing it to the outside receiver in the flats. One way you can combat that is play cover two and have that corner sitting in his face.
14-yard line. Quarterback rolls right side, looks at the end zone, looks, throws it short. Somebody might have even got a hand on it. They're going to knock it down and complete. A couple of quick scores. Wow. Boaz 24-0. So unless Douglas can come back, Douglas with a good season is going to come to an end as far as playoffs. Boaz will be in the playoffs. Florence leads Sparkman 21-0. James Clemens now on top of Grissom 28-21 second quarter.
Barry, I'm going to tell you something. We had that receiver literally right there in front of Coach that would have been able to probably get inside the 5, but Xavier Havis gets his paw and the ball knocks it down.
14-yard line, second down and 10. Quarterback drops, hands off, a little delay, dancing around. They wrap him up. Who was the Aggie broke through in the backfield and got him? Was that Hadley again?
I believe it was Hadley.
How about Tyler Hadley, the senior night? He's played one heck of. He's really been coming on strong the last few weeks.
Tyler Hadley's been doing a really good job over the last 4 or 5 weeks down there in that defensive interior. That time, offensive lineman trying to get in his grill. Hadley does a good job of using his hands, fends off the offensive lineman, able to meet the running back literally a yard deep in the backfield. Good play by that young man.
Loss of a yard, third down and 11 from the 15-yard line. Willingham, the quarterback, out of the gun, drops back, has time, plenty of time, throws to the middle in the end zone, knocked away. Did he catch it? Nope, picked off. Yes, Aggies have got it. Felis with the pick, 15 to the 20. I lost the ball. Was that ball tipped? Keith, what happened down there?
It looked like either 25, like Evan Jordan, or 24, Emmanuel, either one of those guys. I couldn't tell. One of them knocked it away, and Felis able to make a grab right before it hit the turf, able to come back this way with it.
Actually, you were kind of behind the play, Coach. I think the Bob Jones receiver, Jink, actually kind of caught that in his breadbasket, and when it was into his body, Barry, he was hit immediately by the safety. That jarred the ball loose and into the hands of the trailing defensive back, able to intercept it a yard deep in the end zone. What a huge play for the Aggie defense.
Give a lot of credit to Elijah Felis. He's had a great season. He's had a really good game tonight, Chris.
Yeah,
a lot of tackles. Picks off one there, returns it to the 23-yard line, stops scoring threat, so keeps it at 35-0, 1:56 to go on the half. Aggies have the football. First down on their 23. Heflin out of the gun. Gant stands beside him in the backfield. Heflin drops, hands off to Gant, bounces left side, stops, cuts. Not much there, 25-yard line, a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I don't think they've subbed a whole lot, Barry, on the defensive side of the ball. Looks like all 11 of those are their starters.
Yep.
And a really good job there. I thought Gant, man, was going to be able to turn this corner, but Caden Jones, we talked about that, he's a defensive back that's going to play next year on Saturdays. Barry, I think you can see why. What great closing speed coming in from that safety position.
2nd down and 8. 25-yard line, play clock down to 13. The Aggies down 35 zip with the ball. Just trying to get out of this first quarter. Heflin drops back. Nope. Quick pitch right side. Gant stops, cuts to the middle. They stack him up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. He'll lose about a yard. Oh, they give him back to the line of scrimmage.
So, guys, on that play,
looks like Gant.
I could hear Coach English was saying, hey, eyes on the safety. John, that might have been a read play. Hey, I'm either going to pitch it here, but I'm going to keep my eyes on the safety. If he crashes, I may throw it backside on like a skinny post.
Right.
Yeah. But the bad thing is, Coach, by the time you read the safety, your offensive line's got to give you a little bit of time because Heflin's got 2 white jerseys bearing down on him. He has no choice but to pitch the ball.
Yeah, you're right.
3rd down 8. We're going to let the clock run. Time for probably another snap, 35, 34, 33. 3rd and 8. I think the Aggies will call timeout. Halftime coming up. We'll be talking as the Bob Jones band plays. We'll have Coach Dylan Bonnell and Alex Maston. How about Alex going from the broadcast booth to the bench next year, coaching the JV and assistant coach for the varsity?
Well, it'd be cool if you could wire him up on the sideline like they do on SEC Wired or whatever they call it.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good. So they're going to be joining us in a couple of minutes, getting ready for, a game like this, like, say, Tillman Plunkett, Keith. He's going to be playing basketball in a couple of weeks. Man, the last thing you want if you're the basketball coach, you want, of course, to see your guys compete out there. But, man, knowing if they were to get hurt in this game or the next game, that's going to affect them for possibly part of the season of basketball.
Yeah, the basketball coach is thinking that. I worked with Matt Nelson for 4 years, and he's over at New Hope this year, his first year over there, and he's in the same situation.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of really special basketball players over there that are playing football. They're really special football players too.
Yeah.
And you nailed it, man. It's not that he doesn't want them to play.
Sure.
He wants them to compete. And, football is going to make everybody tougher, but he definitely wants them to get out of football healthy and be ready for that first basketball game.
Probably the most nervous person in there other than the parent is the basketball coach watching the game. 3rd down and 8 coming out of the timeout, 31 seconds. Connor Lowry in motion left side, another basketball player. Heflin back to pass time. Now pressure rolls right side. They got him. Could not get away to the 20-yard line. They give that sack to the secondary. There's nobody open, John.
Yeah, just they were trying to remember now that you're trying to get 12, 13, 14 yards here to gain the first down. And Heflin's got to wait for his receivers to at least get 13, 14 yards downfield to be able to move the chains and get the first down. His offensive line just not giving him any help right now. Hayden getting flushed to the right side and gets taken down, and looks like he's kind of walking gingerly off the field because they did grab him around the ankles.
And that will end the first half. We'll take a timeout. We'll be talking to head coach Dylan Bonnell with the Aggies in a moment. Plus stats, Aggie Band and more. Halftime score, Bob Jones on top, 35-0. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Albertville High School Band is under the direction of Dr. Taylor Cash, Corey Hyman, Missy Lindley, and Nathan Heskew. The color guard instructors are Ensley Cash and Natalie Neese. The dance line instructor is Scarlett Hyman. Our percussion instructor is Brian Crawford, and Noah Garrett is our visual instructor. Tonight, we present our 2022 show titled Wonders of the Sky. We begin with The World Is Ours by Aloe Black, followed by AC/DC's Thunderstruck. We continue our show with Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars, and we'll conclude our performance with Rewrite the Stars by Zac Efron and Zendaya. The Aggie Band is under the field direction of drum major Juan Baltazar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the award-winning Albertville High School Aggie Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Albertville High School Band.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure, from our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this Community Channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
Football.
I got to say that about Martin Houston that drugged me about 3 yards into the end zone when he played at Alabama. No. Here's the thing, though, guys. I mean, defense is playing tough. I think the offense sometimes you just kind of put them in bad situations. But right now, you've been able to make an adjustment at the locker room, right? And one thing that Coach English and I talked about, I said, Coach, what did you talk about in the locker room last week? And he said, just going out there and keeping your head up and playing hard. And I think that's what the citizens of Albertville want. They want their team to come out here and play hard. And right now, hopefully we've made some adjustments at halftime. Maybe Bob Jones and Coach White across the way will put some more of his second and third guys in and let our guys be able to, be able to move the ball around and be able to play some football. And have a good time, but right now it's just tough. I've been there before, and I know that it's just tough.
Okay, Aggies will have the ball first. Opening kick of the second half, high kick, short kick again. One of the Aggie up, man. They've got a 20-yard line, 25-yard line, changing direction, trying to cut the corner. Oh my goodness, that is a takedown. Are they throwing a flag on the tackle there, Keith?
Yeah, we're going to get 15 right there. He had him, I think he had one finger in an ear hole and the other one went in an eye socket on the play. So definitely going to get 15 more on that one. Young guy, that's number 15.
Hunter Isbell,
Yeah, Isbell. And I tell you, he's been a ball player all year. He's made plays. I was just thinking about it as we were coming out of halftime right there. Y'all were finishing up the halftime report. You talk about some young guys that have actually stepped up this year and played some big roles, and they're going to be football players for us for years to come. And they're just getting that, kind of that baptism by fire this year. It's not been what we wanted this year, but I tell you, we got some guys that are going to be able to come back next year, and I think we're going to have some good football players out there.
Just like Isbell, he's only a 10th grader.
Yeah.
Aggie ball, 38-yard line after they mark off the penalty. Reese not in the game. Reese, quick pitch to Gant. Gant 40, 45. Good job of the Aggie offensive line and Hunter Smith downfield blocking. He had a great block. And is it going to be enough? Close to a first down, John.
Yeah, a good pitch there. And, I know that they talked about giving Heflin a shot. And maybe that, remember how he got tackled right before half with an ankle, for Keith to see if maybe that's the reason why they kind of wanted to go with Reese Knight. I know that they'd kind of been going 50-50 with the snaps. Maybe Coach English says we're going to give Reese his shot here in the second half.
Plus, it's senior night. Reese is, I think you need to. It's his last chance to play on this Aggie field as a senior. Reese hands off to Gant. Got him by the jersey. Good job by Gant. They slowed him up, but he gets the first down. They finally stop him at the 49-yard line, a gain of about 3. First down, Albertville.
Well, he's not going to get credit for it, but I believe that was number 64, Jace Golden, coming down the line of scrimmage with a great kick-out block that allowed Gant to get north and south and get that first down. And that's our Jace Golden's our Papa Doobie Student Athlete of the Week. You can tell right there, utilizing his smarts to make a great block here along the near boundary.
Aggie offensive line, they've really come a long way since game one. Golden, I noticed Trot English with a good block there also. First down, Albertville at midfield. Reese out of the gun, and I'm not sure if they had how many players. Do we have enough? Was there a problem with that? But play clock out. It was almost. It was down to 5. I'm not sure what happened. We'll keep it here. But hey, quick score. James Clemens and Grissom, they were tied 21-21. I think they had about 2 and a half time. James Clemens come out. They lead 41-21 now.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I think Coach English called a timeout there. He ended up having a running back or a wing back that went in motion that was on the wrong side of the formation. And it was a sophomore. I won't call any names. Just a sophomore making a 10th grade sophomore mistake, Coach. And Coach had to call a timeout because they were fixing to run the play into the defense. And the defense, they were going to actually run it into the teeth of the defense there kind of accidentally.
Yeah, Coach is a great teacher. If you're going to be a good coach, you got to be a good teacher. And he's out there, he's talking to the young guy, and he's correcting a mistake. That's what you're supposed to do.
Hey, another quick one. How about this one? Hoover and Thompson. Hoover leads Thompson 7-0 at the half.
Wow. Defensive ball game there.
Absolutely. Next week, Aggies on the road. Final game of the year, going to be at Guntersville. And I tell you, that's always a good game. But with the weather, you never know what you're going to get when you play the last game of the season at Guntersville. We've had anything from thick fog to snow. We've had wind. We've had hurricane wind. We've had it all. But next week, it should be a good one at Guntersville. Connor Lowry in motion, stops, goes back, quick pitch to Connor. Loose ball.
Oh, incomplete.
Oh, they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Okay, the ball bounced loose. That's close.
He did us a favor right there.
He did. Connor did recover, but that was close to being a scoop and score there for Bob Jones.
Well, and even if the reason why I think Coach is saying that was kind of a gift is if Connor gets that ball, we're going to lose about 6 yards on the missed pitch. But forward gives us an incomplete pass, which makes it 2nd down and 10.
Gotcha. 2nd down and 10. 11-11 to go, 3rd quarter. Aggies with the ball first, beginning the 2nd half.
Barry, you talking about that fog? I'm not showing up next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
3 receivers, 2 right side, 1 to the left. Quick pitch this time to Gant. Gant's got a little room. Oh, wow, out of nowhere. Number 31, the linebacker came in. I thought Gant was going to get 5, 6, 7 yards, but out of nowhere, the linebacker come over, called Gant, threw him down for a loss of a yard on the play. That's T.J. Sanders.
And T.J. Sanders is a 6 foot, 190-pound 10th grader. I bet you $1 he's not 190 pounds.
No.
But you said it coming downfield. I thought Gant was going to be able to turn the corner.
I did too.
But Sanders, from his linebacker core, absolutely shot out of a cannon, gets his helmet across, and Gant ends up losing a yard.
3rd down and 11, back on the 49-yard line. Pressure's coming. Reese got to unload in a hurry. Here they come, and a quick whistle. Was the play clock down again? I didn't see.
They look like James or Bob Jones had too many men on the field.
Gotcha. The names are confusing. They got too many names for the men. Too many schools of men's names. You got Bob Jones, James Clemens. It's confusing.
And they're all double names.
They are.
Everything's double names.
I wanted to call Bob Jones, James Clemens all night tonight.
Yeah.
So a timeout called. Aggie football 49-yard line. Next week, as far as Bob Jones, they're going to be at Hartselle as they wrap up their regular season. They'll get ready for the playoffs. Bob Jones could have the chance, if depending on how it all turns out, of being a number 4 seed and taking on Hoover Thompson. According to our buddy Trey in the control room, it says Hoover and Thompson both down to freshman backup quarterbacks in that game.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Maybe when you play those games, and Trey will know what I'm talking about, when you're playing those games and you got both freshman quarterbacks, you're just asking your freshman quarterback, don't you make a big mistake in a big game like this.
That's right.
Hey, how about this bunch going over to, you said Hartselle to finish their season out next week? That's some gutsy scheduling right there. Hartsville's always good, always a powerhouse.
It's going to be a good game. All right. 49-yard line, 3rd down and 11. Reese turns a little play action. He had a man open right side. Cooper's there. Oh, he had Cooper open, but he was being chased. That is, Reese was being chased. If he had a couple of more seconds, Cooper was probably going to make that catch and had a good chance of getting an Aggie 1st down.
Yeah, if Reese reads that just a little bit quicker, I mean, number 10 is coming off, and number 10, is he one of those? He's not one of those going to college, but number 10 is a defensive lineman, Brandon White, and I think that's Coach White's son, coming off of the edge. And I think if Reese reads that a little bit quicker and he just kind of knows or feels that Cooper Colvin's behind him and just kind of pitches that up over the defensive lineman's head, Cooper Colvin's got a lot of green grass on that far side.
So a tough play for the Aggies. Incomplete pass. They're going to punt. Mateo high snap. Kick away. Good kick. Line drive. It bounces into a pile of everybody. It's lucky it didn't hit one of the Bob Jones players. And it's going to roll down to about the 18-yard line. So good job by Mateo. So the next year Aggies will need him another kicker. Mateo's done a great job this year punting and kicking. Good job by Mateo.
You know, if you watch them warm up the pregame, there's 2 other kickers behind him. Got pretty good legs too as well. So we'll have some good kickers coming up next year too.
Let's see if they switch quarterbacks, if they're going to use Rayshawn Hardy. He may come out for a series. Nope. Looks like he may have left his helmet in the locker room too, and it's going to take a breather for the second half. They'll bring up the backup, Dylan Willingham, who steps in. So the backup gets the start here to begin the 3rd quarter. Hands off, bounces left side, stops, cuts. What a cut, 25. Breaks 1 tackle, 30 to the side. Breaks another tackle, 30-yard line to the 33. Oh. Shoved into the Aggie bench. Oh, goodness. Hope everybody's okay here on the bench. Is that one of the Aggie coaches, or is that he made an adjustment? I think that's the team chiropractor, isn't it?
Yeah, he's putting his glasses back on.
Oh, he took a shot there because that play. Oh, yeah, he's having to put on glasses, and he's okay.
Hope John Allen's okay there.
Hey, John Allen's played a little ball in the past. He'll be all right.
Yeah, he lost some of that foot speed. Quick pitch right side. Got his man 35, 40-yard line. Hey, nice tackle. Nice form tackle over there on the side that time by Emmanuel Hardaway. How about that tackle, Keith?
Yeah, he did. Everything looked great. Had his head where it was supposed to be, wrapped up. Had a low center of gravity, drove his feet and got the guy down. He's another one of those guys. I think he's only a junior. I mean, he's another ball player we're going to have back next year.
A lot of young Aggies getting a lot of playing time this year, coming back next year. A ton of experience. It's short of the first down, second down and 3. The ball is on the 41. Willingham, quarterback in here in the third quarter. The snap, bobbles the ball, picks it up, looks, throws left side, got his man complete, will not get away. Great job by Havis, will sling it. There's a flag. Did he get him by the face mask is my thought. I couldn't see when he first made the first contact because they were the only two over there. Nobody over there blocking.
I think he did get him by the face mask. If not, he might have got him inside with the horse collar.
Yeah, I think he signaled the horse collar there. But a good job by Havis. In a situation like that, you're just grabbing something, trying to hold on to and tackle him, horse collar, ear hole,
Barry,
belt buckle.
Here's the thing: it was one-on-one. Coach, I think you would agree down there at field level if the wide receiver for Bob Jones gets away from Havis, he's gone.
Yeah.
And so Havis, like you said, you just got to take him down.
You're just grabbing something, and unfortunately got him around the collar, and they do penalize us all the way to the 44-yard line. First down, Bob Jones. Willingham, quick pass, left side, got his man complete. 40 to the 37-yard line. You may be thinking, hey, they're up 35-0. Why are they passing? They're running their offense. This is what they do. They're giving Willingham a good chance to get some reps running the offense. Because who knows, if Hardy goes out, Willingham's got to come in and run the offense. So it's not like they're trying to run the score up. They're just running their plays.
And when you look at their numbers of their wide receiver, Corberry, and their running bbacks, these are their number twos.
Yeah, they're just running their offense. Willingham hands off, bounces left side. Boy's got speed to burn, 30-yard line. They'll drive him backwards. Felix with another tackle. He's had a ton of tackles in this game. He's had a great season. And when you talk about players coming back, Keith, Elijah Felix.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
the driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.
At Piggly Wiggly, we work hard to deliver the very best to you and your family. We offer only the top quality Black Canyon Angus beef, Swift natural fresh pork, grade A Kegel fresh chicken, smoked, processed, and frozen meat items. One of the most popular promotions at Piggly Wiggly is our Pick 5 meat program. Purchase a single pack of meat and pay our everyday low price, or purchase 5 packages marked with the bright red Pick 5 label for just $19.99. You get the best of both worlds, great quality meats and a super low price. You'll always find low prices throughout Piggly Wiggly.
He's a junior. He's back next year.
Yeah, he is. He's probably going to be the man in the middle. It's going to be the captain of the defense for next year. Hey, guys, y'all remember, especially Chris and Barry, you remember Bobby Gonzalez from the 2003 season.
Absolutely.
I'm standing here looking at him. He's got a fantastic beard. He's a guy that I see pretty regular. Our kids do a lot of stuff.
Willingham drops back, throws, gets rid of it at the last moment. Got us. Oh, here comes a flag. He got his man. Isaac Henderson just took out about 8 games of frustration on that wide receiver. He just leveled him.
I think Isaac, you know how he was gimpy with that shoulder, going in and leveling somebody on the far side. Looks like Isaac may still be down.
That's Felix.
Is that Felix?
Yeah, that's Elijah.
Henderson may have got a piece of him.
Yeah, he may have.
Did you see Willingham right there, though, guys? I mean, here's your number 2 quarterback, and you know he wants to make that long throw, and he stayed in the pocket, kept his eyes looking deep downfield. Pressure got to him. Good job there by the defensive line to force him out. And then as the cornerback was coming, outside linebacker was coming up to make that play, Coach, he just checked down to his receiver that was right in front of him, needed 6, gained about 8, and got the first down.
Felix is up. Yeah, he might have been on the bottom of the pile, seriously, because he was over there helping. And when Henderson hit the Bob Jones player, I think he might have been kind of laying underneath it, and he got landed on.
Just got smushed on the play.
Yeah, because maybe just knocked his breath out. Boy, he's kind of favoring his right arm, though. I think he just kind of got caught up in the pile. And Aiden Gant checks in for the play. Number 23 checks in, replacing Felix. I'm not sure how many, if we got student trainers or what that was. There's like a whole squad of people coming up. Who do we send over there on that?
No, that's a part of their it's a class. It's a part of their student training class.
Okay. I had no idea what was happening. It's an 18-yard line. Bob Jones ball. Hands off, tries to bounce it right side, turns back to the middle. Havis stands him up, waits for help to come in. He's got help from, I think, Kitchens is there, and also Bagwell. It'll be a short gain of a couple.
Underneath handoff right there, going to number 28, Ethan Aquino, junior running back, comes here along the near side trying to find his blockers. But, Barry, you alluded to it. Great job there by the left side of the defensive line and the linebacker core to rally, only giving him about a 2-yard gain.
Second down and 8. They're driving again on our 17-yard line. 35-0, Bob Jones on top. That was the halftime score. Here we are, middle third quarter. Willingham drops back, looks at the end zone, throws it to the end zone, diving for it. He's there. He got it, but he's out of bounds, incomplete.
I think when he hit the ground, the ball jarred out too, Barry. But either way, he was out of bounds. But, hey, what a good throw by Willingham. But once again, Coach, you can tell that the defensive backs coach, and I think that the cornerbacks coached by Jake Davis, safeties by Derek Martin, you can tell those guys have been taught to use that sideline in the back of the end zone as that 12th defender.
Yeah, and they're always in position. I mean, Revolte's in position all the time, especially to be such a young guy.
Third down 8, Willingham, a junior. He'll be the man next year, you would think, pulling the trigger with Hardy graduating. Willingham drops. Nope, hands off. A little delay. Got him in the backfield. Hadley again will sling him down back to the 21-yard line. You know, how about Tyler Hadley? Chris, to make us feel old, I remember I noticed during the pregame, his dad, Shea Hadley, we called his mini games on the Aggie fields back, and now his son is graduating this year.
Yeah, Shea, he was a year behind me in school. He was
Shea was a good ball player.
Pretty good ball player, yeah, he was.
And Tyler having a good game tonight here on senior night. So it's 4th down. They're going to go for it. Willingham, 4th and 8 on our 18-yard line. The snap, Willingham drops, looks, rolls right side. Rolls, there's a hold. Not going to call it. Yeah, they're going to call it. Throw to the end zone, in and out of his hands, incomplete. I think the flag is a hold. We can see that from here. I think somebody had Bagwell by the sleeve, but it's not going to matter. Incomplete pass. That should be Aggie football, John.
Yeah, they'll go ahead and decline this penalty unless for some reason the Aggies want to take it. Coach English, I think, has already went out there and told them we don't want it because don't take the penalty. We'll take the result of the down, which is an incomplete on 4th. And, yeah, that's what they're going to do, turnover on downs. Good job by the defense there, guys.
Good job.
Good job of the Aggie defense. They had us inside our 20-yard line. Aggie defense stops them and gives the ball back to the offense. Good job. Good coverage that time, too, Keith. I noticed in the end zone, nobody really open. He tried to force one in, but the secondary did a good job back there. Yeah,
they're running stride for stride with these receivers right now. And like we were talking about, and I've said it a couple of times already, everybody's young back there, you know, and especially right now with Tillman being out. So guys getting some really good experience. I tell you another kid I'm really excited about is Gant's little brother, Aiden. He's already bigger than Big Brother, or weighs more than he does. He's a 5'10", a little over 200 pounds. He kind of looks like he might play where Xavier's playing right now, that H-back spot next year.
I think Bob Jones is taking some of the starters out. Pass to Havis over the middle, 30, 34-yard line, a little slant to the middle. Nice pass by Reese Knight. And he's going to take it to the 30, 34-yard line. Nice job that time, John, on the pitch and catch.
Yeah, underneath handoff on the fake on the RPO stands for run pass option. Reese is reading the defensive end. Defensive end doesn't come, pulls it, and as you said, they're able to get in behind the linebackers. Reese with a great strike, able to move it out to the 34-yard line.
I'd run it again. Reese this time hands off to Gant. Gant's got a little hole, 35-40, 41-yard line. I give the center of the Aggie offensive line that time, John, a lot of credit. They blew open a hole right up the middle.
Yeah, it's Trot English and Sawyer West, Jace Golden, Gage Cornelius, and Reed Kitchens, the big 5 hog mollies up front, doing a great job of moving this defensive line around. And Barry, that's not number 2s, that's number 1s and number 2s. They're moving around a little bit. Great job there. Underneath handoff with the offensive line, gain of about 7 there on first down.
Second down and short from the 41-yard line, 5:45 to go in the third. Aggies down 35 zip. Reese fakes, looks, throws, got his man complete to 49 midfield. First down, Connor Lowry first down to midfield. I think he thought he was going to throw it to the receiver behind him because Connor kind of just ducked and just grabbed it as it came towards him.
You know, when you're successful running the ball, the linebackers have to respect that. And so with the fake of the underneath handoff, or should I say Gant being able to get yards, this time the fake of that underneath handoff froze the linebackers. Connor Lowry able to get in here, and then another just quick slant strike, able to move the chains.
Ball's in midfield, first down, Aggies moving the ball. 35-0, quick pitch to Gant. Gant's got some blocking on the side, 45-44. Great block on the side over there. I was watching him, Jace Golden. Jace was leading that play, John. He was pushing his man out of the way, and Gant kind of got in his back pocket and just followed him around the corner.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to, I call it student body left on that one, Barry. Underneath handoff, you're just going to follow those big bodies here along the near boundary. Those guys getting their helmets across, stepping correctly that time, able to get the defensive line flowing downhill. And guys, I mean, you just take 5 or 6 yards at a time. It's not pretty. It's not a pretty offense, but that's what you do to move the football against a team that's a little bit better than you.
I think we may be able to give maybe one of the offensive linemen a player of the game tonight. They're opening up some holes. Turns, hands off, Gant again left side, 40, 39, and there he is again, John. Golden again leading the way. Keith, if you're watching this, he kind of moves out and leads the way blocking downfield.
And he moves really well. You know, his older brother played linebacker for us last year, was a senior and graduated, and this is middle brother. They got another one. I know his mom calls him the Caboose Golden. Been coming through. I think he's in middle school, maybe 7th and 8th grade, something like that. But I tell you, he really moves good, and he's going to be a good pulling guard in the future.
He's got some speed. First down to the 38-yard line. He'll fake the handoff, throws to the middle, got him complete. 25-20, Connor to the 10. He will score. Touchdown, Albertville.
Yeah, just a great job. We said when you're able to run those balls up the middle and you're able to bounce them to the outside and do those things in the running game, it's going to open up the passing game. Fakes the underneath handoff, quick slant by Connor Lowry, and just an absolutely pin-perfect pass by Reese Knight in between the safeties. Connor Lowry then gets north and south at about the 23-yard line, and he is gone all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
I still think Connor's one of the fastest Aggies out there, Chris.
He took off. He left them guys.
He did. And you'll see that again in a couple of weeks on the basketball floor. He's one of the quickest players you'll see on the floor this year in basketball. Great job of Reese to Connor. Mateo, extra point, kick is up. It is good, and the Aggies are on the board. 3:59 to go in the third. It's 35-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Takes the helm at the Aggies' 18-yard line. 5 plays, 82 yards later. Knight able to hit Connor Lowry on a 37-yard strike. The extra point up and good. And the Aggies able to break the goose egg on the scoreboard. Bob Jones leads this one 35-7.
Gilbert and Ball Forge in Albertville. Go see the difference where Forge really do cost less. Nice pass and catch there, Chris. Connor Lowry showing speed. He left 2 men in his dust.
Yeah, guys, and that's his 3rd reception now for 50 yards on that.
I guess he left them in his pebbles out here on the turf. You don't have dust out here.
That's right.
They don't have the old days like we did when you played on old baseball fields and had dust and had grass, and here you got pebbles, whatever you want to call it. Here's a high kick, short kick, fair catch. It's going to bounce out of bounds, and they'll have the ball with a good start.
Very smart play by their up back. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Raised his hands in the air to catch it, and he was really close to the sideline. So what does he do? He just lets that ball go out of bounds, and therefore he'll be able to get the penalty on that. Really smart headsy play by their up back.
So they will start in good shape, 35-7. Bob Jones on top. Halftime scores 35-zip. Aggies come back. Reese Knight leads the Aggies down the field. An impressive scoring drive.
Hey guys, we need to get one of them old-fashioned turnovers right here. What y'all think?
We do. We haven't had one in a while. See if the defense can force something here. I see as far as new faces. Nope. It's like pretty much the, keep them out there. You did a good job last time stopping Bob Jones on 4 downs.
Yeah, I thought for a minute they weren't going to call anything. So I thought he may have touched it, but they did. They gave the 5-yard penalty just there.
So they move it to the 38. Dylan Willingham stays in, the backup quarterback. Seeing all the snaps so far here in the second half. A little delay, hands off. He'll bounce it right side. Looks for the corner. Stops, cuts back. Midfield. 40. Oh, he is drilled. What a hit put on by number 17 for the Aggies, Evan Carr. Woo! Decleated him at the midfield stripe.
And that's what, when you are quick and when you are fast and you're heading in one direction, what's that one of those principles in physics, that equal and opposite reaction? And that equal and opposite reaction from number 17, Carr, there by the Albertville, literally decleated him.
17 just destroyed 17. Caleb Sanders on the run. The fake to Sanders, quick pass right side. Got his man wrapped up again at the 47. And a great tackle by Hardaway again. This young man is being more and more impressive every game. That's the way you make a tackle, Chris.
Yeah, that was a great job. He went completely around the DB, and he was there right in his face.
Wrapped him up and waited for help to come, and they stopped him for like a 2-yard gain.
Hardaway's been impressing me, Coach, with the way he's young, but he uses his hands to get that wide receivers off of him.
Only a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Clock running, 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. Willingham out of the gun, pressure's coming. He'll hand off right side. No, he's going to keep. What a fake to the 48-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage. Was it Aiden Carr broke through? He ran past the quarterback, thought he had handed it off. That was a great fake by the quarterback.
Actually, Barry, it was Isaac Henderson coming in on a blitz, and Isaac ran past it, but doing a great job. You know, when a linebacker blitzes, somebody's got to fill in on the backside to protect that area so the back door's not open. And you alluded to it, when he went to the outside, it was Carr, and then I believe it might have even been Hatley in on the play again.
No gain, 3rd down and 8. Willingham from the gun, steps back. Time, there's a hold on Bagwell. He's going to throw it left side, got his man complete. Will they give him a 1st down? Nope, short by a yard. But there was a big-time hold on Bagwell, who broke through, was pressuring the quarterback, and one of the linemen just grabbed him and pulled him backwards. No flag called.
If Revolte reads that half a second earlier, that's a touchdown. He's going to pick 6 that one.
Yep.
He read it just a hair late.
4th down and a yard, they're going to go for it. They put Tyron Washington in. He's got 4 touchdowns. The big running back checks in. He's going to be a load to bring down. He needs just 1 yard. Hands off to Washington. Stops, moves, right side. Got it 1st down, 35-34. But, hey, grabbing him around the ankles and just holding on for help. That was Hollis. who risked his life but going down around the knees to make that tackle, because those big knees are moving. You're putting your life in his hands.
Yeah, don't you know that Hollis, when he saw that guy coming, he's like, you know, if I'm going to get taken out of this game, I'm at least going to take him down. Hey, credit the young man. He's a much bigger body. That's a guy who's going to play on Saturdays, and he got low and was able to wrap him up and take him down.
First down, 33-yard line. Willingham drops back, looks left side, throws left side, got his man complete, spins, 25-yard line, dive to the 22. That's just their bread and butter, just a little quick short pass play, get him one-on-one on the side, and he gets enough for a first down.
Had three wide receivers on the far side. The outside and inside wide receivers go deep. Number 13's kind of that middle receiver. Dixon slams on the brakes, comes back on a sticks route. Willingham hits him, needed 10, gained 11.
Down to the 20-yard line, hands off, bounces left side, gets to the corner. They're going to throw him out of bounds around the 17-yard line. A question here for you guys. Now, you say that Matt Colvin is working the chains?
He was helping with the chains.
I was asking, what is his job over there? I'm watching Matt. He's more like a supervisor because he's not holding either chain. He's kind of like supervising the other three guys.
You know he's a pharmacist, so I mean, he's pretty smart. He's over there. He's the supervisor.
No, he's the guy that, you know, where they have to put the clip on the yard line. So he has to make sure that clip's in the right place so that they'll be able to keep an accurate chain.
He's over there analyzing angles of the whatever.
I see what he's doing. All right. It's gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Hands off right side, bounces, cuts back. Havis grabs him, helps out, makes the tackle, along with backup help that time, I believe, Hollis. And they're going to stop him short of the first down, I believe, by maybe a yard.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I think it's going to be just a little bit shy. Credit a great job there. Number 3, Xavier Havis. He's had a heck of a game. Comes up, makes another tackle to stop the Bob Jones offense a yard shy of the third down.
Maybe the
first
last
down.
Play of the quarter, 35 seconds. Willingham hands off to the big guy. Bagwell grabs a hold, holds on, and then Aiden Carr grabs him. Basically, he leaves body's in his dust. There's 3 Aggies laying down that he just ran by. Finally, they bring it down around the 5-yard line.
And those aren't 3 little bodies either. That's I think that's Bagwell and J.J. Staten that he left on the ground. That's just a big load, man. As we said, he is a throwback to a Jerome Bettis kind of running back. He's just strong and very physical.
Yeah, his legs probably weigh about 150.
Tyron Washington. I mean, he's a big guy. He gets the first down. It's now first and goal from the 6-yard line. Last play of the quarter. Hands off up the middle. 4 to the 3 to the 2. They stack him up at the 2. And he will not get in. The middle of the Aggie defense will keep him out of the end zone. And the third quarter is over. We'll come back with the fourth quarter. They'll start on the 2-yard line. It'll be second down. After 3, Bob Jones up 35-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, you know, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure. From our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally.
Fourth quarter coming up, some scores. Looks like Boaz will move to the playoffs. Douglas, man, they've got a great team. Just not enough this year. They're falling 37-0 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
Florence leads Sparkman 21-0 third quarter. James Clemens, they got mad at the half. They've come back and taken a 28-point lead over Grissom, 49-21. Hoover Thompson still Hoover on top 7-0. And Coleman still leads Etowah 24-7 in the fourth quarter.
And that big game, Cherokee County, I think, is going to win the region because that went over Asheville.
All right, from the 2-yard line, second and goal. Bob Jones ball, fourth quarter, first snap of the quarter. They're up 35-7. Knocking on the door, Willingham, the quarterback, one back beside him. The snap, turns, fakes. He's going to, he does hand off to the one, backs his way into the end zone. He will score. That right side of the Bob Jones offensive line opened up a huge hole. Touchdown, Bob Jones.
Yeah, underneath handoff to number 28, the running back, Ethan Aquino. And Barry, you alluded to it. Great seal block on the inside. Great kick out block there right at the line of scrimmage. The guard who was uncovered gets down into the face of the linebacker, and Aquino is not even touched until he's 2 yards into the end zone.
So first play of the fourth quarter, touchdown Bob Jones. Now for the extra point. High snap, gets it down. Kick is up, and it is good. 11:56 to go in the game. We'll take a timeout. Bob Jones up 42-7. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
Quarter Bob Jones into the end zone. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
Yeah, Barry, you think Coach White, after Albertville scored their 7, challenged his number 2s going out there, and that's exactly what they did. 10 plays, 62 yards later, running back Aquino in from 3 yards out, extra point up and good. And the Bob Jones 2s and 3s answer the score and make it 42-7 here in the fourth.
Aggies have a man deep around the 2-3 yard line. Menendez, one of the deep Aggies. High kick, short kick. Fair catch called for by Hunter Smith, and we'll have the ball at the 25-yard line. I would think Reese Knight, yep, here he comes back out. Had a great drive last time, very impressive drive, Chris. Let's see him do it again.
Yeah, 37-yard touchdown to Lowry. Oh, so we may get to see him throw the ball right here again.
I'd go back to the same kind of pass play.
Yeah.
Just a little slant over the middle.
Well, and credit our offensive coaching staff in that play. You know, they ran the play where they pulled Golden, and he pulled out, and he was blocking on run plays, getting outside. Well, they blocked it the same way on the throw. He just got it out of his hand really quick. The linebackers reacted, and Lowry was wide open right behind the linebackers.
All the Aggies, all the ones are back out there. Reese with Gant beside him. Gant takes the handoff. Nope, Reese a fake, rolls right side, has Colvin, looks like he's going to run to the 25-27, and they'll drop him around the 27-yard line. He picks up a couple, maybe 2 yards.
And that was, as you said a few moments ago, it's called an RPO. It's a run-pass option. You want to fake it. Reese is reading a certain thing there on the line, usually the defensive end. Reese holds it, and this time he's waiting for that wide receiver to come clean. Great job by the Bob Jones defensive backs. No receiver to go to the ball with, and here comes Reese. And Barry, at least he scrambles here to the near boundary and able to gain 3 yards.
Second down and long. Second down and about 8 from the 27-yard line. Early fourth quarter, quick fake, throws the middle, got his, in and out of the hands of Connor Lowry. I think, Chris, that's the same play they scored on.
It was, and I think Connor got to looking downfield before he caught it. Didn't look it all the way in.
Coach, I think if he catches that, I think he split the safeties again.
He had 2 men deep, but I think you're right. I think with his speed, I think he's gone.
I think he is off to the races there.
Boy, he's beating himself up over that one because he says, hey, that's on me, man. I had it. It went through my hands, incomplete. And the Aggies will call a timeout. We'll take a timeout, 11:13 to go in the game. 42-7 Bob Jones, Aggies with the ball. You're listening to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
With your Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet, your busy life just got a lot less complicated. The Citizens Bank and Trust digital wallet is compatible with Apple, Google, and Samsung Pay, and it's available right now on your mobile device. Citizens Bank and Trust. Small bank, big difference.
Since 1943, the Municipal Utilities Board has been meeting utility needs of the citizens of Albertville and surrounding areas. From keeping your home comfortable to providing necessary expansions and supporting industrial and commercial growth, MUB provides the utilities you rely on in your everyday life. Electricity, water, wastewater, all at a reasonable cost. MUB is committed to providing reliable service today and resources tomorrow. MUB is proud to be a supporter of this community channel broadcast.
Established in 1946, Kirkpatrick Concrete has a tradition of top quality products and service. They now have 11 North Alabama locations to meet this area's demand for quality ready-mix concrete. For your next project, your friends at Kirkpatrick Concrete are just down the road.
To go in the game as we come back, a little Guns N' Roses there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Paradise City, baby.
Paradise City.
Stuck in with an Axel Ball down on the sideline. Axel, what you got down there? What's going on?
Hey, I'm trying to. I'm talking to my wife over here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not being very professional right now.
He's in the doghouse.
I'm getting some.
You down on your knee? I thought you were going to propose again.
I may not be able to get up, but we've got a little one spending the night over at the house tonight, and they say it's. My wife say this is absolutely insane at my house right now.
Third down 8. Reese back to pass throws. Cooper's got it. 40-yard line. 40 midfield. Colvin.
He's got speed.
He's running towards his daddy. 20-yard line to the 10 to the 5. He will score. Touchdown, Albertville.
Just faking of the underneath handoff, guys. We talk about when you're able to run the ball successfully, how that opens things up on the back end. Cooper Colvin in the slot, able to get a quick slant, or what we should say, maybe even a skinny post. Reese Knight hits him in full stride, and Cooper Colvin splits the safeties, and he is gone down the hash marks into the end zone. What a huge play from Reese Knight to Colvin.
I was watching Daddy Matt on the chain game. He looked like Lane Kiffin over there with the arm motion, the boom, and he knew Cooper was gone. That's a play he's going to remember, and I think he's got many more of those to come the next couple of seasons.
Cooper's another one of those young guys. I feel like he's been playing varsity football for about 4 years already. And I know we're going to get him for another couple, so he's a great player.
So much speed. Great basketball player, too. We'll see him on the hardwood in a few weeks. Extra point is up, and it is good. We'll take a timeout. 10:59 to go in the game. It's 43-14. You're listening to Aggie Football. Well, they had it 43. That's today. I'm just the messenger here. I promise you, it showed 43. You listen to Aggie Football on Power 107.5.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer. For service, I'd hear, come on, buddy, let's call Jim. So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
Albertville senior night and some non-seniors, some sophomores and juniors put on the show. Here's your Gilbert and Ball Ford scoring summary.
How about this? 3 plays encompassing 75 yards, but 72 yards of that is from Reese Knight's arm to Cooper Colvin's legs. He goes 73 yards, extra point up and good. Bob Jones leading Albertville 42-14.
High kick, short kick, fair catch, call for. Here's another name to think of if you're looking for player of the game. I mean, if you want to honor the seniors, how about Reese Knight, 2 touchdown passes?
Yeah.
I know. I realize he's only thrown it like 15 yards and the receiver does the rest, but still, he had to throw it. He had to put it on the money, and he sure did.
Hey, I'd take him for a fantasy football quarterback this week. He'd already have about 24 points on the night.
That's right. He's got 136 yards passing.
Yeah, it's good to see Reese having a good game because, man, he's been thrown into it when the 2 Howards went out, starting to Andy and Hayden. Reese comes in. He's facing some 7A monsters out there chasing him around, and he's took a pounding after a pounding and still got back up. Back to the action. Handoff right side, stops, cuts. 34, 35, almost broke free. Finally chasing him down. That's Aiden Carr, brings him down. I think they they fell into the chain. I think Matt Colvin may have to get some medical tape out there because we've got a bent chain over there. Yeah.
Somebody broke the cardinal rule of drop the stick and get out of the way.
There's nothing worse than a limp chain. That's what we got over there. Then I have to get a backup pole.
How's that number 17? That little running back, Bob Jones Saunders, he's a sophomore. He's going to be good in a couple years.
Yes, he is.
Gain of 8, quick drop right side. That's her favorite play. Got it complete, 45. They're going to throw him out of bounds around midfield. That's their go-to play, Chris. Throw it about 3 yards. That's such an easy pass play. Then they got good blocking downfield, John, and they're getting 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a pop.
Well, your defensive backs have got to lay off of them a little bit to respect the speed of Bob Jones, and when they do that, the inside receiver goes deep to kind of block, cut off. They throw it because it's just 2 men against 2 men. You're trying to make one miss, and right there, Bob Jones makes the first man miss, gets down the far boundary, able to move the chains, first down.
49-yard line, 9:21 to go in the game. 42-14, Bob Jones on top. They're moving again. Willingham, low snap, hands off towards the middle, trips over the midfield stripe to the 49-48. The middle of the Aggie defense stack him up. Staten is there. Who else is on the bottom of the pile? There's Felis again.
Aiden Gant, 10th graders out there got in the mix.
If you're just joining us, Tillman Plunkett left early in the game, shaken up, just being evaluated to be sure he is okay. We've got to wish him the best. Hopefully back next week, and for sure back in a couple of weeks for basketball. He's one of the seniors returning this year on the basketball team. So our thoughts and prayers to Tillman. Hopefully everything is going to be okay. Back to the action. 2nd and 8, hands off, hits the middle. Aggies will stack him up. Bagwell is there. Felis is there. 3 or 4 Aggies will stack him up. And a short game, Henderson is there. When you're breaking about seniors, what a year Isaac Henderson has had, offense and defense. He's played about every position. He's run the quarterback, the Wildcat. He's done it all.
Yeah, something we hadn't seen tonight is Isaac doing the
Right.
playing the Wildcat. I would like to go back and count up his tackles on the season.
Yes.
After next week.
I'm curious if we have like a record book somewhere of who leads. I'm sure there is one. I'm curious because he's got to be up there. Back to pass. Here comes pressure. Here comes Isaac. He gets away from him. Flag is down holding. He's going to dance out of bounds around the 38, but I believe it's all going to come back. Yep, holding back there right in the middle of all this. Quarterback tucked it and run. I think he got a little help from one of his offensive linemen, and they're going to bring it back.
Yeah, Hollis dropped back to pass. The Aggies had a good rush, had a blitz coming at the same time, and it wasn't Isaac Henderson. Isaac came free. I'm wondering if it was number 8, Elijah Felis, who was also on the blitz. I think he was the one that kind of got taken down there in the middle of the field.
Well, and they've been working JJ over too, pretty good bit. He got held in previous play. I didn't see it on that play, but I know he got held on the previous play. They didn't call it.
They're going to back it up to the 37-yard line. Third down, they've got to go to our 41 for a first down. So it's third to about 22, 23 with 7:07 to go in the game. Willingham seeing all the action as the quarterback here in the second half. He drops back. Pressure. Looks. Throws it deep over the middle. Incomplete. Led his man too much. Good coverage back there by Hollis. Hollis has played a heck of a game.
That was actually a good job by the defensive back to be able to stay in that young man's hip pocket. He was going to make Hollis have to throw a post. If he would have got a little bit more air under the ball, I think there would have been a completion, but just a great job by the Aggie defender to be in his hip pocket, kind of aggravate the receiver enough. And you talked about the running back just not able, the quarterback just not putting the ball on target.
I didn't realize we had a running clock until now. I think it just started here in the fourth quarter, I guess.
Huh.
And they'll punt the ball away. High kick, good kick. Is this their first punt of the game? It's going to bounce 35-yard line to the 29.
I think you're correct because the only other time they had an interception.
You know, we have a running clock. I'm not sure. You might want to, Tyler, go check and see if everybody's okay in the booth. I don't think they started fourth quarter, did they? We just have started just a few minutes ago. That's odd.
Yeah.
Well, but, I don't know if both coaches agreed during that fourth quarter break. Because both coaches have to agree to go to the running clock. Bob Jones may have said, hey, let's go to the running clock so we can get home and get back to Madison a little quicker.
Somebody may have took a pee break and didn't make it back. I don't
know. It hadn't been stopped like that since the whole second half.
I just now noticed it was doing it. And it's still running, 5:34. It's still running as that change of possession. So Aggie football, I know we had it the entire half last week.
Huh.
But it just has started here. Okay, well, I guess they got somewhere to be. It's 9:22. Aggie football, 42-14, 5:17 left. Reese, quick pitch right side. Gant's got a block, good block, 35-40 to the 45. How about Gant? Gant is getting more and more confidence with each carry. He had a great game last week, Keith, which unfortunately you missed, but looking good tonight.
Hey, I was there in spirit, and I listened to every play, boys. But I tell you, Gant, in that little pitch play, did they run that last week when I wasn't here?
I don't remember.
It has been there all night, and what it does is Gant is smart enough, and he's doing a good job reading the play where he puts his foot in the ground instead of going outside. The linebackers overrun it, and he hits it right in the middle, and it's been a big gain all night.
Barry, that play popped because of Evan McManus, new offensive lineman in the game.
Hands off to Gant this time. Going to bring it down the line of scrimmage. Going back to your question, Keith, they may have run it a couple of times last week, but it was not successful like this. It was basically last week Gant just pounding it up the middle.
I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, he's setting that up great this week.
So it's going to be second down and 10, no gain at all. Clock running, 4:15, 4:14. It's 42-14. Bob Jones with the lead.
I think we got some acknowledgement from the referees and the guys over there. Fourth quarter, they've agreed to go rolling clock.
Gotcha. So Aggie ball on the 45-yard line, second down and long. Reese hands off to Gant, got a little crease there, 49 up to midfield. Good block downfield. I think one of the Bob Jones players took an exception there to the nice block by Menendez. Got his feelings hurt.
Now, Menendez did a good job.
Yeah.
Actually got downfield, got in the legs of the defensive back, and I think the defensive back hadn't got anything to be mad about except for the fact that Menendez just blocked your butt off is what happened.
Yeah, you just got whipped on the play. You didn't
Sure
get mad
did.
about it.
Right, I think we got their first rushing 100-yard rusher this year, guys. Mr. Gant, 21 carries, 111 yards.
I think you're right, Chris.
Wow.
So good game by Gant, a good game by the offensive line, giving him that chance. Reese hands off to Gann again. Outside, there he is again, blocking downfield, 41-yard line, 42. Jace Golden. There's another young man you'd have to consider for player of the game because Jace has done an outstanding job, especially here in the second half.
You know, Jace, to be a big old boy, and you talk about 6 foot, 265, 70 pounds, he's really good on his feet. He's been able to kind of get in that guard position, pull out here along the near boundary. Running back Gant gets in behind his block. If he kicks him out, he tucks inside. If he logs him back inside, he bounces outside. That young man's having a whale of a game there at the offensive guard.
New receiver in the game, 43, Isaac Miguel, checks in, wide out left side. Reese bobbles the snap, picks it up, rolls left side. Oh, they're going to sandwich him at the 44-yard line. Ooh. Bob and Jones both landed on him at the 44-yard line. It's going to be a loss of about 4.
Credit Reese, though. Calm head, calm hands. Just kind of dropped it, picked the ball up, and knew that he was going to get kind of cremated deeper in the backfield. Tried to make something happen. Lost about 4 yards on the play. But the biggest thing, Barry, is that he came up with that bobbled snap and able to retain possession for the Aggies.
It was a low snap again that kind of got it started, Chris.
Yeah, it was.
It just took that
was a rough one there.
Just destroyed the whole place. 2nd and 14. Reese drops, pressure's coming. Oh, they knock him down. Ball is loose. Still fighting for it. Aggies finally get it back at midfield. He was blindsided. Somebody just popped him from behind. The ball popped loose.
Yeah, that's just your backside offensive guard and tackle. Whenever Reese comes out facing here along the near boundary, it's going to be another one of those quick slants. Those guys have got to block because Reese can't feel that. A lot of times when it's that quick throw, and he just kind of got popped from behind, and you said it, Barry, when he got popped, ball got jarred loose. Glad, though, that one of the if you get beat as an offensive lineman and they fumble, then you better get on the ball, and then they kind of redeem themselves a little bit.
3rd down and 20, 1:21 to go in the game. Reese, low snap, steps back, throws, little screen. Gant's got it, gets a block, 45, gets a lot of it back to the 42. It'll be 4th down. While we have a chance, Keith, as far as a player of the game, who would you like to vote for? What's your thought?
I was just thinking about that. I think you've got 3 guys right there that are worthy of getting that that award. I think you've got Reese throwing 2 touchdown passes. You've got Gant that's over 100 yards. And I think Golden has played a heck of a ball game from the offensive guard spot. So, hey, come back to me in a minute, I guess. I may have to flip a coin down here.
Yep. Chris, what do you think?
I like Gant myself, guys.
Well, other than Gant got it last week, that's the only thing. But there's Gant again. Breaks the tackle, 35-30. Not saying you can't get it 2 weeks in a row. But then Gant a little slow getting up. That was a good pop there in front of you, Keith. But Gant, how many yards now? Well, Chris is busy here. But that's going to put him over like 120, 125 yards.
Give him 140 yards.
140 yards. Hard not to give it to him.
Yeah,
you have to give it one of the offensive linemen, I think, guys.
I mean, you've got Reese that's a senior. He's thrown 2 touchdown passes. You got Gant that's running the ball great. And then I think Golden's played a heck of a ball game.
Sure. Now, Reese turns, fakes, throws to the middle. Connor again, that was a little too much on that one. But Connor was open, hit him in the hands, 15-yard line, incomplete. Will that end the game? John, your thoughts on player of the game?
I'm going to go Jace Golden is our student athlete of the week. Gant got it last week, but the 2 scores were 2 passes from the arm of Reese Knight. I think Reese Knight deserves the player of the game.
Yeah, I like that.
I like it too.
I'm going to go with that because he stepped in a tough situation this year, game after game. When you've had both Howards injured, he's thrown 2 beautiful touchdown passes. He's took a pounding this year. And I'm with you. I think we'll give the offensive player of the game goes to Reese Knight, 2 touchdown passes. Reese, congratulations. We'll get you a gift card courtesy of Legends of Albertville. So go have yourself a nice meal courtesy of Legends. And again, it goes to Reese Knight. Congratulations. And earlier we mentioned Jace Golden is this week's Papa Doobie's Student Athlete of the Week. Jace does a fantastic job in the classroom and on the field. So Jace and Reese Knight are 2 winners this week, John.
Horizon Communications' archives of local high school sports and school programs now spans decades and generations, covering multiple sports and programs. DVDs of these memorable events make the perfect gift for any occasion, and the cost is simple and affordable. The first game or program DVD is $20, the second game or program is $15, and then any others are only $10 each, all on their own individual DVD. Pre-1990 games converted from coaches' films are as low as $5 per game. We have hundreds of games from the late 50s on up. Give us a call at 256-582-7373, message us on Facebook, or email mharden@horizoncommunications.net to check the availability of your desired event. Let Horizon Communications help you with the gift of video to be treasured for a lifetime. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's community channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of community channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
Hey folks, Tim Witt at Sand Mountain Toyota. Our goal is to be Sand Mountain's pre-owned vehicle destination. We strive to keep vehicles for every budget, and all of our vehicles go through a strict multi-point inspection by our award-winning service department. And don't forget, we're paying top dollar for your vehicle. We want to buy your vehicle. Sand Mountain Toyota, Highway 431 Albertville, or sandmountaintoyota.com.
Your local Foodland Market. Your store for everyday low prices and weekly specials with savings on every aisle and friendly customer service throughout the store. We sell only the best USDA inspected meats. Our trained meat cutters offer fresh cut meats to your specification. Our fruits and vegetables are always fresh, quality and variety you deserve every day. Your local Foodland Market, where savings plus service plus selection equals satisfaction.
Foodland, your football tailgating headquarters.
When my dad wanted a new mower, he'd say, "Come on, buddy, let's go see Jim, our local Toro dealer." For service, I'd hear, "Come on, buddy, let's call Jim." So naturally, I got my mower here. Some things never change. Right, buddy? Well, some things. Real people, real support. You can't beat the personal service from your neighborhood Toro dealer.
There's a Toro dealer like Jim in your town.
Visit the helpful, knowledgeable staff at Bond's Appliance on Gunner Avenue in Gunnersville.
Since 1952, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service in Albertville has been the best place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. The Wilkes family takes pride in carrying on a tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose people you can trust. At Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
People's Bank is my go-to place for banking.
When you deal with People's, their goal is your success.
Here at People's Bank, it's more about a relationship.
I know my bankers, and I've got their cell numbers. I just call them.
If we had been with a larger bank, we would have just been a number. We're supported 100% by People's Bank.
They're our neighbor, they're our friends. We're part of this community.
I went to People's Bank because I knew they were going to take care of me.
People's Bank treat us like we're the most important client they have.
Come experience Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. We're a 130-acre park filled with adventure, from our indoor aquatic center and RV park, tennis courts, and our state-of-the-art fitness center and amphitheater. We offer youth and adult sports leagues for all ages at our first-class facilities. Whether it's baseball, basketball, group exercise classes, playgrounds, or your favorite band in concert, Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater has something for everyone. Join our effort to improve the health of our community and win the day at Sand Mountain Park.
Since 1956 and through 3 generations, the C.A. Langford Company has provided crushed limestone, sand, asphalt, and more. From large commercial projects to small jobs and residential needs. For products and services information, call 582-5723 or visit their informative website, calangford.company. Marshall County Gas is a proud supporter of this community channel broadcast. Remember, gas does it better naturally. Since 1992, Horizon Communications has brought you community channel programming. As we're preparing for another season of high school sports, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many loyal community-minded sponsors who've supported Horizon's local origination programming through the years. We encourage our local viewers to patronize our local sponsors and let them know how much you enjoy Horizon's Community Channel broadcast. For information on joining our team of Community Channel broadcast sponsors, give Mike Harden a call at 256-582-7373.
If you need reliable family transportation, you need to see us. Every vehicle is warranted for the life of your contract and comes with a free Carfax. It's why we say,
the driving factor, beyond your normal buy here, pay here.